Oh, I thought I.
He ain't back yet.
Oh, okay.
Had a lot of coffee.
Oh, well, you can black out your screen for a second if you need to, because I
Well,
just
Black it out.
launched it. Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought I. Oh, well, you're there now.
he
I
ain't
mean, I
back
can
yet.
see you. Oh,
Is he back?
okay.
Had a
You
lot
know
of
what?
coffee.
Do you all see how big of a mess this is? This is what
I'm gonna black it out. We'll be right back.
is everybody watching this mess?
They probably are.
All right. Let me
Oh,
get my
look,
typing
your
done.
friend's here.
I have a friend. Oh, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, friend. Hi, Teresa.
I'm getting the info up here. We're gonna play a game.
Hi, Wanda.
Let's see.
So, yeah, we have the screen up. We're just sitting here hanging out. And I guess if you saw that real quick, you already know who the
Oh,
special guest is.
right. I'm trying to
Hi, Michelle.
I
Miss
promise.
Christie's in the house.
I'm typing this in so I don't have to do it anymore.
And we can pin it to the top.
Yeah. Um entertain them.
Entertain. Oh,
Do a jig or something. Dance a jig.
a what?
Dance a jig.
How about if I, you can't see my shirt, but it's really cool.
Hey, don't
Oh, why? You can't.
Oh, I thought you were taking your shirt off. I was
No.
like, oh man, this isn't that kind of show.
I don't think anybody wanted to see that, but anyway.
All right, let's see.
So,
All right.
yeah, we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna play some games.
Oh,
We're just
man.
gonna do some card pulls, and we're gonna enjoy our time here. Welcome. Look who it is. It's Sandra.
Hola.
And welcome.
All right.
Hi, everybody. Hello.
What
We are
the
so
hell?
happy you are here. Thank you very much. Yes.
Yes. So what have you guys been up to? Catch everybody up.
Oh my.
Oh my
How
God.
much time do you have?
Well, we've already been on here an hour
Yeah.
with you. We've been on long enough. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got distracted. Go ahead.
Gary, we are eternal after all.
That is correct. I can't see. Can I have those glasses?
What is
Alan distracted me.
Alan.
Trying to type this.
Good boy.
Shut the hell up, Alan. I'm sorry.
Hi, Fairy.
How do we see who's on there?
we don't?
You go to the chat. You can probably go to the chat on your. You go to YouTube.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
there it
pull up
is.
YouTube chat. Everybody's in there. You guys can chime in as well.
Oh, it's YouTube chat, honey, not this one.
Yeah. There's not a chat in Zoom.
Well,
But
I have to talk to somebody about that now.
Well, I don't know who you can talk to about that though.
And Lee, you're the man. You should know who to talk to.
Yeah, I would. Wow, well, right. It's like, yeah, I don't have really much of a clue as far as that's concerned. All right, so I'll pin this
I'm
to
back.
the top.
Yay.
That's pinned. There. Now we're good. Now we can scroll through. So yeah, if you guys, we're gonna play a game. You guys can hang out. If you have questions, if you want to just get a card pool, if you want to talk about anything, you got two sets of very powerful kinetic energy.
We're going to talk about some things too while we're shooting the shit. We're going to talk about things.
Yeah, that's true. We can.
Things that come up, things.
Yeah. Oh, did you see that big bright light that came
Thanks.
around Sandra? That was awesome. I can't see behind you because this is real time. That isn't. Does that make sense?
What's
Right.
I need to show her that we're not real time if we've got them this way.
But we have to see the chat.
You can still see the chat. We just have to do it differently so we can see them.
Oh.
Yeah, because that's real time. This
I
is
see Alan
delayed.
and Sandra now.
Yeah.
You're working so hard. Oh my goodness.
Man, I know.
Are you ready to belt?
You know how hard I worked today?
How hard?
How hard?
I'm gonna tell you how hard I worked today.
Sure.
I can't even remember what I did today. That's how hard I worked. Um,
Wow.
I mean, we entertained a couple of visitors. Well, Ron came over. Oh, I know what I did today.
It was so sweet today. He came over and hugged me and he says,
Ron did.
yeah, and he goes, do you know how much I appreciate you?
Oh.
And it's like,
Oh.
no, I really don't.
Oh.
I just put right on the fucking spot. Just kidding. I was like, oh man, it was really sweet. And then he hugged me,
Yeah,
But
because because I had been into it with Cameron all morning, and me and Lee got up this morning, and I told Lee, I said, I really need it. Cameron's 16, I get it. You know what I mean? I said, I really want to handle this differently. I don't want to go into this going, clean your room. Ah, your room's a mess. Do your laundry. Ah. I don't want to do that. Right. So what do I do? Give me some ideas here. And he's like, I mean, he told me a couple things, keep him calm and not trigger him. Right. That didn't work. And that didn't work. And so it, Cameron had a meltdown, and then it ended up okay. And then he vomited like 17 different things all at once, and that was the reason. And I was like, oh, first of all, this is way too teenager hormonal for me.
I was gonna say, were any of those random thoughts even close to being linked or related to each other? Right?
Nope.
None. Okay,
Nope.
I didn't think so. Oh,
Yeah.
God bless you.
Yeah. So I was just like, I don't know. If I would have been a robot, I would have short circuited for sure. And so I'm like, I don't expect perfection, but you know what I mean? I don't want rodents either.
Tila does.
Find a happy medium between rodents and perfection.
Between me and Cameron, she's got enough rodents.
Gee,
Do you guys want a question?
Yeah, what's the question?
Do you guys
Go
want a
ahead, go ahead,
question?
go
All
ahead.
a question.
Would you rather find true love today or win the lottery next year?
Oh, we're not talking connection. We're not talking connection. True love, right?
Well, you can only have
Listen
connection,
at me. I'm finding a loophole.
but you can only have connection if you have true love. I mean, they're synonymous. They're actually the same thing. Would you rather
Well,
find
this is a viewpoint.
so let's just I'll word it the other way.
Okay,
Would you rather
Jerry,
find connection today or win the lottery the next year?
Oh, now see, now I did it. Would I rather find connection today or win the lottery tomorrow?
No,
Def-
next year.
Next year, I gotta wait a whole year.
Yep.
Gotta wait a year.
Ah, huh?
You gotta wait a year.
Hot Alan.
You
Sick
have
of,
to wait.
Okay.
What would you do, Sandra?
sick of it.
Oh, I'm going with an infinity symbol, baby. I'm sitting right smack in the dab in the middle with my love, and I will win the lottery a year from now. Thank you.
All right. All right. See, Alan, you?
What she said.
I should have figured that was
Touche,
what
Alan.
were coming out of you. Yeah.
Touche.
I
She
was
touche.
born at night, but not last night.
Yeah.
But
You know
the
what?
night before,
You know what's a
Right,
really
right.
what's a really sobering thought is sitting here, all four of us.
sober.
Well,
Well,
just think about it.
Callie's
If you look at
sober.
it, if you look at it from a different standpoint, from a connection standpoint, we're talking 200 years of information sitting here.
Who you calling old?
No, I just said if you took him 50 and 50 and 50 all the way around, you'd come up to 200 plus. So we know that we're well over 200 years of
Being
that kind
naughty.
of connection energy. Think about it.
You got the highest vibration in that old energy.
You know what? I have the youngest.
Okay.
Oh God, here we go.
See, that was the greatest example ever of he said, she heard.
What are you trying to say, Sandra? What are you trying to say?
That was great, Jerry.
I was paying you a compliment because you said 50, 50, 50, 50. And I went, damn, he's being nice.
I was being so generous,
Right.
but you wouldn't really fathom how much total energy. Oh, hi, Shannon Temples. You wouldn't really fathom how much energy that is until you're in it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I would definitely go with connection first.
you go
I
for
love
connection.
Oh, so it's
Me
y'all's fault I've been humming that song for 15
I
years.
love that.
Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
Oh, damn.
Oh, what?
Jail for 5
Oh,
years.
that's easy.
Coma
Oh,
for a
no.
decade.
That's easy. Coma.
We've been
Easily. Right. I'll take the nap. I'll take the nap any day.
Yeah, and
Because I ain't got nothing to complain about if I'm asleep.
right. And
If I'm in jail for 5 years, I got some shit to complain about.
Yeah, but well, listen. If you go to jail,
that's going to be 5
I
long
mean,
years.
let's just say there might be a little bit of experience behind this. Um,
A little love connection.
it's a society. It's a whole community, like a cult, right? They have a leader, they have a warden, right? Everybody's in a uniform, they're all running around.
Oh,
And,
she ain't winning.
Hello, Clinton.
but um for only 5 years
Exactly,
where you
Whiskey
can
Lady.
still be functioning as a human
Mhm.
for only 5 years, but if you wake up 10 years later, you've lost an extra 5 years.
Hello, Summer. Don't forget the thumbs up on this. And also, if you guys want to answer these questions as well, just go ahead
Does
and
that
chime them
make
right in.
sense?
Whisker Lady said, would I be healing in my sleep or heal in jail?
Oh,
And Teresa said coma.
because you can't heal when
Summer
you're
said hello,
physically
everyone.
you can, but not mentally.
So I would definitely take coma because that would be 10 years stress-free.
Yeah.
But I really won't age much while I'm sleeping
You're not
compared
eating.
to what I would do if I was in jail.
You're not
See,
eating,
think about
so you
this.
wouldn't get fat.
Well, think about just imagine putting us as an empath in jail.
No way, no way, no way.
Yeah, that energy, you'd be getting, all of that energy
Not
trained
only
in every
can I imagine it.
So hey, here we go. You go to jail for 5 years as an empath and a super sensitive, and you may not walk out after that 5 years.
You might not walk out after the first year.
Right.
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 I did.
Would you rather?
That's what's going
And
on.
nobody
Oh.
watching this doubts that, Sherry.
This next one is the one, right?
Okay.
This one is,
Here it is.
would you rather have another 10 years with your partner or a one-night stand with your celebrity crush?
Oh,
Oh,
hell,
10 years
10
with,
years
yeah.
easy.
Have you seen my celebrity crush? I'm sorry. I love him with all my heart,
Hi, Angie.
but the
Turk.
sexual attraction has long been gone.
Ugh.
As he has had a few meals and he's lost a few scruples since back in the day.
You know who she's talking about, right?
Ah. Hmm.
Got a great big huge thing
Are you going to tell him who you're talking
for
about?
Vince Neil, the lead singer of Motley Crue. He has always had a piece of my heart, and there will be different circumstances should I meet him now versus would I have met him then.
This deal that was with Johnny's sister.
No, that was
No?
Neil Stone.
Oh, okay, Neil
Yeah.
Stone.
Never
That's
mind.
me. Two different bands.
Right.
See, now I thought I knew you. I could have swore you were going to go Chad Kroger.
He is number 2.
Oh,
Okay, so I wasn't too far off then.
She's got a whole lineup,
He is
I
number
suppose.
2. Yeah, he is
Okay.
number 2.
My
Okay.
crush and Sherry's too.
Well, I feel
three.
like a better friend knowing
Angela
that I
Church
know.
said hello, everyone.
Learn more about me, Alan.
And
Yeah,
Whisker
I know, I know.
well, what if I was the droplet in jail and we all start healing and connecting? True.
Right.
Okay, that's what you
I
did there.
started chakra classes.
Yeah, you did.
All
You
of
did.
all of our information still roaming the halls of that penitentiary.
I think the book we did is still
Yeah.
going there. Yeah. Because sometimes you just wake up.
Go in and change people's lives for 5 years and then come back out and you'd only miss 5 years being out here instead of waking up 10 years later and would have lost a whole damn decade.
So
You know what happened in a decade? Computers, cell phones,
Oh, yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
So I would choose another 10 years.
You would?
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
what?
I can see you.
Oh.
Would you rather be chronically underdressed or overdressed?
Over. Over.
under,
Over.
under.
Oh,
oh.
I gotta cover it up.
Whisker Lady said I could choose Jackie Chan today.
Sandra, do you know who that is, by the way?
I do.
Okay, just making sure.
All right.
Sweetheart.
So I would rather be underdressed.
You usually are underdressed.
Am I?
Yeah.
Do I walk around here like in a thong and shit and does it bother you?
No, you do not.
No.
That would be nice, but you do not.
I can wear a short skirt.
Okay.
You gonna
And-
get that trend back going again, Lee, the midriff shirts?
You know what?
I mean, you know,
No.
don't bend the crutch, that third wheel, you know, some shit's just
This
gonna
is a
happen.
family show. There's some children still up in America.
Okay.
We have to put a sign up on the door so nobody slings the door open because
So Whisker Lady said over, Summer said over, Whisker Lady said can't, and Whisker Lady said damn. So so yeah. So
What
Alan,
Summer say?
over or under?
What'd Summer say? I got something.
Summer said over.
Okay, Summer.
Yeah.
All
okay,
right.
what was the question? I missed it.
Oh, the question was, would you rather
did you
be
miss it?
chronically underdressed or overdressed?
Oh, I remember now.
Oh, okay.
So now that everybody realizes that we
There
could
it
have
is.
a little party before the party.
Where
Now that everybody understands that we've been
Summer
on here
gave you-
for a whole hour.
Summer gave you a big smile.
I have to
Uh,
say my answer would be underdressed.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I
yeah.
said.
Yeah.
I just don't want to
Yeah.
get hot.
I mean,
I mean,
well,
Yeah,
and-
but
I-
there are some things that
Summer said tripod.
there are some things that don't need to be seen, like that shouldn't be seen. Some
True.
things, I think,
Yeah.
and I feel those things if they're hanging out.
You know what? I believe
no.
after you get a certain point in your healing,
Those things, like these things.
right? But think
But
about
if I
this.
move real fast, I'll
Let me put this out
fly
there.
away.
Let me put this out there. When you get to a certain point in your healing, you don't care much about how you look anymore. You just flow with what you flow with. You know what I mean? I love every part of my body, whereas I used to be completely judgmental over it. And then I realized
Me and Lee
It
are
was just-
forever fighting over how much he should weigh.
so does Lee walk around the house naked?
No,
no,
I mean it depends on what's happening.
Oh,
It don't seem-
y'all got a ways to go because we
There are
walk
times.
Well,
naked.
I mean,
said underdressed, not as opposed to overdressed.
hello, Tiffany.
I'm not talking about quantity of clothing. I'm not going to be walking around here in just my little Broxers or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about underdressed like loungers, an old t-shirt,
Right.
because that's more who I am.
right.
I got you.
That's all.
Yeah, tie-dye shirt with plaid
Right, yeah,
loungers
yeah.
and Birkenstock slippers. And
Yeah.
Oh, yes, lovey,
Right.
my Birkenstocks. I must have my Birkenstock slippers.
would you like me to get them and show them to people? Because you really do.
No.
You guys are watching, and if you're into this, here's this next question that's going to be for everybody. So everybody, if you're watching this, here's the question.
Okay. Here we go.
Would you rather have everyone you know be able to read your thoughts, or for everyone to have access to your internet history?
Oh, my internet history by far. I would never want everybody to know what the hell I was thinking.
Wouldn't they
They
be able to tell that by
can.
your internet history? Your internet history's
I
gonna
mean,
give all that up.
They might be able to tell by my internet history
Mhm.
how boring I am, but oh no, that
Watch
no.
all these porn sites, Sherry.
I'd say our network. Yeah.
For sure, the network.
Yeah.
I'd like for them to read my mind.
But
Oh,
because
no.
my mind can
Oh,
be ugly
absolutely.
sometimes.
I'd like for them to know my mind to even comprehend, because everybody's a mind reader already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
Well, no, let's just point that out. How is it?
some
You know,
things you think
you'll
you're
say
just
things like-
not supposed to say.
you'll say things like, here's things that sound like mind reading. I'm not good enough for them. Did they say that to you? Well, no, yeah, they did. Well, they didn't say necessarily like that. And it's like, okay, I'm seeing your internal liar, right? You don't say it out loud, but you watch, and then you realize they believe they can mind read.
Right.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening is they mind read their whole connection, whole relationship.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why they're where they are.
And
Because
where,
the person in your mind,
and where does that come from? It comes
Ooh.
not from the present moment. It comes from shit that has happened to you in the past, and you're laying that on this person in front of you.
Oh, I
Congratulations.
didn't know I was coming to church.
well, you know what? Church happens on
I didn't
Sunday.
know I was coming to church.
This is not, well, we don't have church here. We have
Fit to
connection.
say amen because I
So-
didn't know I was coming to church. Alan was preaching tonight.
Alan, Alan,
That's, yeah,
it's the truth.
I didn't know Alan was
The exact
preaching.
truth. And you know, when you have too much past and not enough presents, that's why you don't have what you have in the present.
yeah,
You have what you had in the past. It's like, whoa.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
Now I'm going to be funny and I'm going to say, Lee, I don't want to read your mind. Nobody wants to. It's scary in there.
It is scary in there.
Well, I speak my
I've
mind
seen
anyway. That's why
glimpses of
everybody
it.
doesn't. I speak my mind, but I realized I was doing something very different than most people. I would feel what I'm about to say and then let my feelings tell my mind what it wants to say. And it comes out so straight sometimes because it's coming directly from feeling rather than so, you know, that's just kind of how I roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you okay, sweet? She okay?
Okay. Oh,
Pat her back. Pat her back up. Okay.
got her
Oh,
going.
don't.
No, no,
No, no
no.
patting the back. No.
Normally that's great advice, not in this instance. No,
Not
no.
when I
Okay, I feel what you're saying. I feel it.
I appreciate it though. Thank you.
coffee,
Absolutely.
laughter, in mouth. Oh.
In the lungs.
Oh, got you. Got you.
Yeah,
Got
so no laughing.
So
Got it.
everybody in the room said, read my mind. Summer said, read my mind. Shannon Temple said, internet history. I'm kind of boring. And let's see.
You are not
Excuse me.
Shannon. Oh
Boring.
no, you're not.
Clinton said, my mind, as you say, Lee. I think the mind would be the funnest place.
Clinton, you only said that because Lee said it.
You leave him alone.
I got if people could read
We
my
miss each other, don't we, Clinton?
they would think for the most part, wow, all right, not bad. But then there are other times nobody should be able to read my mind ever. I don't even want to know what's going on in my mind and it's happening to me. I'm just like, oh God, I got a long way to go.
Right, but think about it this way. If they could read your mind, it wouldn't be happening to just you anymore.
That's true.
It ain't just
I'd be spreading joy.
That's what we're afraid of. We're afraid of figuring out what the other person's actually thinking has nothing to do with anything that they think. Because the stuff I have going through my mind, when it comes out of my mouth, she's like, what in the hell are you talking about? And I'm like, that's what was in my mind.
me. The hell are you
Yeah,
talking
what
about?
are you talking about?
Right. Okay, Sandra, you and I. Okay. So yeah, she does that to me. She's like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm
What
like,
are you even saying?
right. I don't understand what you're saying. And it's like, you know what? I want you to feel
And then we go into a whole conversation about understanding.
right. I have the best one. Listen, here's what I figured out. You don't want to understand, you want to connect. So we
Right.
keep saying we want understanding without saying we want to connect. So what happens is you want somebody to be in their head, not what they feel. So I found out that I don't want her to understand me. I want her to feel what I'm feeling. So I found a different way of saying it. I don't want to understand. If you get me up in here, this is a disaster area. This is going to wreck the shit you're saying. If you just connect to feel,
Yeah.
we'll flow it. You know what I mean? We can figure out what it is together. So it's almost like I want you to be on my side with my feelings, but I don't want you to be alone with your thoughts. It's like I'm trying to tell her that's what understanding has shown me is that
Yeah.
people are with their thoughts, right?
Mhm.
And those thoughts are never really kind to you. Not even.
Hey,
I'm
and
in here for
Lee,
Oh,
this is
duh.
funny.
Oh, no.
You know what we tell all the people who we work with?
what?
If you're in your head, you're dead.
If you're in your head, you're dead.
In your
Yeah.
head, you're dead.
If you're in your head, you're dead because we're doing it
Maura came in the room.
completely
Maura's
different
here.
level.
So happy to see you.
Ooh,
Maura's here. Hello.
Hello, Mara.
You don't
Hello.
know.
And
I'm Mara.
you know me so well, Sherry. Yeah, time for a catch up, definitely. Tiffany H, authenticity between the two.
Except Alan.
That word scares me.
No.
Um,
I'll just be over here hitting my hookah.
okay. Would
All right.
you rather lose your sight or your memories?
Sight.
That was a no-brainer. That was a no-brainer right there.
Shoot. Definitely oh, that's rough.
No, go ahead. Come on now. Lose your sight or your memories?
Oh, my
I'd rather
memories.
lose my sight.
I'd rather lose my
I
memories.
think honestly, I'd rather lose my sight.
I might have to go
Then you'd
with
be trapped with all
memories.
those seeing those memories overplay in your brain over and over again. Why would you want that kind of a mental movie?
Well,
Well,
because
It'd be something. What if I had perfect sight and I got no freaking idea who I am? Well, I mean, as far as history and no memory of having lived up to 62 years of age.
Oh,
right.
I don't
I
know. I
don't
just,
know. I would have to go to memories, man. But that would mean that I would lose the memory of my dad.
yeah,
My
but you got sight. You
grandpa.
can always go inward and
well,
and
yeah.
go find it.
Are you saying that out of a memory, out of having the loss of not remembering the love, or
Because that's
out
an
of the
energy.
pain?
Right.
well,
Right.
I'll
Right.
say this.
Right.
This is how I feel about it. I feel as though I want to see everything in my present anyway. And my memories did nothing but try to define me. So why
Right.
would so
Yeah,
I'd rather let go of my memories so I don't know who I am, so I could figure all of that out every single moment. Do you know
Well,
what I
Lee,
mean?
I'm on board with you. High five.
Yeah, I just don't want to be, I don't want to be limited. And I think if you lose your sight, you're limited. But if you lose your memories, you're limitless. So I believe that that would be the way I would look at it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
y'all look at this because there's really an important
valid.
lesson here in this.
Mm-hmm.
Notice that almost everything Lee and I agree on, and almost everything Sherry and Alan agree on. A complete opposite.
Well,
Yeah.
you and I are in the feminine.
That's
Belief.
good.
They stay in the masculine mostly.
We really do.
Like when we're what
I
you
don't
can
have
tell.
the voice like Alan has, but I'm going to work on it.
No,
Oh,
hey, let me tell you, she has your voice in certain times.
She has a great voice.
I'm just saying, she can get
I can go way soprano
Yeah,
and
she can.
real bass.
she can get you some real bass and some bass. Just saying. You should, I mean, the bass.
Who moved
But
the
anyway,
can opener?
so the thing is though, the thing that no, Sandra's got a really valid point. So when you really look at it, me and her have always been like that.
Right,
And
yeah.
you two have always been, but you don't really declare that when you're coming together. You never really declare that till you're actually together every moment. Then you can clearly see it. It's when you have that separate part where you
Yeah.
don't feel like you can see them or be with them every day.
Yeah.
We're all four of us here are never apart,
Right.
day or night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spend your whole day together, your whole night together.
Right.
Yeah.
Flow of that. What does that feel like to you guys?
That's nothing I'm really conscious of.
No, I
You
mean,
know,
Yeah.
I mean,
You don't even.
to a degree, I am in that I have those moments where I definitely think about you guys. I think most of that is just the unconscious part of me that is
Is-
just energetically connected with y'all
Yeah.
anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's almost like it seemed like just how I was before I met Sherry. Now that I'm with her, it's like I was never not with her.
right.
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 Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's
And it's
like
like-
a radio. It's like a radio wave. You have
Right.
the receiving antenna, you have the transmitter, and we have that connection that's a space in between.
Except now when I'm horny, I don't have to use my own hands.
Oh well, there you go. Okay.
Until now.
And
Oh,
oh, that reminds me of a great
Oh.
Seinfeld thing.
well, damn it. I just got rid of the calluses.
Costanza was like, "You can't leave. I have a hand," and she's like, "And you better use it."
So, Kamisha, laugh out loud. Awesome. Tiffany, but I like my childhood was great. I had fun and I played sports. Now I don't want to forget that.
There you go.
What would happen though if you really let go of your memories though is you keep your childhood. We would have no way to actually grow because we'd have nothing to fall on.
Yeah.
We would be more childlike. We wouldn't hide our hurt. We wouldn't hide our pain. Our innocence would return. Our vulnerability would return. And we would have the connection like we all have right now.
Yeah.
That's what would happen without memories.
Speaking of this connection, I want to say this because I really want to put it out into the universe as much as possible. If you or anybody you know have been hurt in an accident, no, I'm just joking, not that. No, but if you
1-800.
if you or anybody that you know is in need of any type of twin flame guidance, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's us, if it's Sandra and Allen, please let's discontinue trying to follow the guidance of those who have not yet gone into union. Let's
There's a whole lot you have to know before you get there.
let's yeah, let's find the wisdom from those who
We're in it.
are in union.
Makes sense.
That is falling really, really near and dear to my heart lately. Just there's times when I'm just relaxing and I'm chilling out and I'm just scrolling through and I'm checking people's things out. What's going on out there? What's happening? Who's teaching today? What are we learning today? Right? And I'll stumble onto something and just be like, "Oh God, what is happening? What is going on?" It almost feels detrimental, like to my soul, like, oh, right? Yeah, it feels really deep. And like I said, it doesn't even have to be any of us.
What's beautiful about what you're saying is you didn't see the last video I put out. She hadn't seen it. She didn't even know it's there. But she just spoke the same thing in that video. She just did it right here. And I didn't even tell her I did it. I didn't tell her what it was about. I didn't tell her what I was feeling. But that's what I'm saying. You walk into an energy field with each other and you know to go embrace it. You know not to hold back. You know what I mean? And you don't learn that from what she's talking about. You don't learn it from looking in those places. You learn that from feeling it from the people that are there to feel it with you in. If you don't get that, that's what we're saying by connection. You had feelings come up and then your mind took over based on your memories, your past.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't know how to walk through that. So getting in front of us kind of is that thing where we're going to ask you questions that you don't realize you're going to need to know that answer to, especially if you're telling yourself you need connection. A lot of the people we've seen have a need that they're ignoring and choosing the want. They want to find their connection. They want to be with their connection, but they're leaving their needs at the door. That's not how that works. Your needs and your wants have to be. Would you agree, Sandra? I mean, what would you say?
So what we're doing is we're seeking the key, and I'm gonna language it a little bit different than Lee, but it's the same thing. There are couples that are in union, such as Lee and Sherry, Alan and I. There are several of them that are in union, okay? And what they do is they carry a key and a code that breaks down what we had to learn organically. So we carry the key and code. And when people who are trying to come together, but they're working with one person who's not in union, do they carry the union keys and codes or do they not?
Right.
So if you do this organically, and that means because Alan and I have been doing it we're not even going to say how long.
I know how long. Oh,
okay. So
Down in front, please.
we didn't have a computer. We didn't know what this connection was. We knew nothing. And we can look back on it and it's almost like we invented the internet, baby. It's like all that information that we downloaded before the internet and it came out. We're like, we knew that. We knew that. Okay.
Yeah.
So did we? I don't know. But all I'm saying is when you do it organically and you don't have a computer to look something up and know what it is that's racing through you and you have no clue, you have to look at it that way. Do I want those keys and codes? Because maybe, just maybe, that's the key and the code that brings both of you into physical union.
Right.
And
How
we're
about
not,
you, Alan? Would
Right.
you have something you would add to that, Alan?
Pardon?
Would you have something you would add to that?
No,
And I
no,
plead the
not at
fifth.
all. I mean,
Alan and you peed.
Alan and I plead
So-
the fifth.
So you peed the fifth?
Plead the fifth.
You peed the fifth.
I plead the fifth.
girl, that's my girl.
Not right before we started today.
He did. So he was
He
late.
peed the fifth.
He was late, and
he was
he
peeing the
was
fifth.
not late. He was not late. He had stepped away because he had had some water. He had stepped away, and
Yeah.
you rudely
Yeah.
hit start.
Lee.
Lee,
Yeah.
What does the shirt say? If you can't see it, I don't know what to tell you.
Are you threatening me?
so offensive. So offensive.
Yeah, here's something really beautiful though about this. Your mother and father didn't stay together.
No.
My mother and father didn't stay together.
No.
Your mother and father stay together?
Yeah.
Your mother and father stayed together.
Yeah.
Y'all had a head start. We didn't.
Yeah.
We ripped each other to shreds because of the breakup of the two
They're
people we're
also
connected
older
to.
than us.
But at the same time, you guys pretty much did that too because of the sibling factor. Does that make sense? It was almost like you could see how
They are
it caused
much
us to have ripples in our
older
connection.
than us. Much older than
They're
us.
not much older than us.
Much
No, they're
older
not.
than us.
And you got to remember, guys, I'm adopted. So the parents that adopted me stayed together, but in vitro till my parents adopted me was a nightmare that sometimes I'm really glad I can't delve into.
Yeah.
So, and then you gotta work through all of that. So you had a trauma bonding, and now you don't have any clue who the trauma bonding was with, and you've got these parents at a young age.
What is trauma bonding?
That's someone who, like you and I, can be here. We've experienced similar traumas, and then we can bond as human beings through those bonding.
So like how we
That's
learn.
just like bonding with somebody over, I don't know, the love for cars,
Well,
car bonding.
let me let me tell you the way I'm hearing what trauma bonding is. Trauma bonding, as it lands on the inside of what I feel, is that I need you to hurt me a specific kind of way for me to know that you love me. That would be trauma bonding.
No, I feel like it would be
Well,
we've both been hurt
I
in a
have to love.
similar
I loved a
like
mom and
we've
dad.
carried similar pain, therefore we bond over that.
Right, but I'm looking at I loved a mother and father who would hurt me that way, but it didn't stop my love for them. So now I associate that with love. Kind of like what we were watching with the Menendez brothers.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like trauma bonding to me is you get hurt and now you expect to be hurt that way because you love that person.
Right.
Now when somebody tells you they love you, they have to hurt you that way for you to believe them. Because
Right.
that trauma bonding is also a footprint,
Right.
right?
Well,
Until you actually sit in how it made you feel, you don't realize it.
You take an infant such as I was. So when I say trauma bonding, I mean, here's an infant solely reliant on an adult to take care of them. And if the adult does abusive things like feed them a bottle of kerosene or try to drown them or something like that, they still love the person. They
Yeah.
form bond between that person because they don't know any other way. So they think
Right.
that's normal. It's programming.
Truth.
There's a girl
Preach, girl, preach.
there's a girl on TikTok. We watched a documentary on what was her name? The girl who got Munchausen syndrome because her mom told her she had cancer and that she couldn't walk and put her in a wheelchair. And she finally just one day got up and said, "What, I can walk? What the hell?" What was her name? Gypsy. Gypsy
good.
something.
Whisker Lady said nicely put, Sandra.
Mm.
And Tiffany said it all depends on the thought process.
Poke, 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 poke. We actually have, guys, there's actually a set of twins out there working that one of them has that.
Munchausen by proxy.
Yes.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I don't think I'd ever experienced someone who had that firsthand that I was aware of.
Right.
That was wild.
Yeah.
That was really wild. It was like that's a mind-blowing thing to me.
It's so detrimental, right?
right. And if you don't know what that is, that's when a mother has a child and makes the child sick so she can care for the child and look like
and
a
be
good
seen
mom.
as the hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, new question.
Oh no, let's go.
New question.
Yep.
Okay. Would you rather have universal respect or unlimited power?
With power comes respect.
I
But
think
all of these, so
Sorry, I sounded like James Bond then, and I didn't mean
I
that.
don't know if it was James Bond or who it was.
um,
It was somebody really powerful said that though.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
I the human being in me wants to say power.
Right.
Side of me, you know,
Wants to say respect.
definitely wants respect, but I
I'm gonna
so many questions that would just go along with just the choices.
yeah.
You know, I mean, who gets the power? What kind of person are they? Do they deserve the power?
Thank you, Alan.
You know,
Alan, is it negative power? Is it positive power?
right. I mean,
Power
Yeah.
Rangers power?
yeah,
Like,
all
what
right,
are we doing
I'm
here?
gonna go like this in an infinity again, because I'm sitting smack dab in the middle, done both sides. So it's knowing what the internal emotional alignment is with it. You've experienced both.
yeah.
So
So the lady said respect comes with power. Summer said respect. Tiffany H said universal respect because it comes with wisdom.
Yeah. I mean, respect to me is a more, I mean, if someone has actually earned respect, it says more to me about who that soul is and what they do, you know, and how they go about themselves. Universal power, I could just say, okay, I have universal power. Everybody quit being assholes to each other and love each other. And, you know, and if
I'm
that
at it.
had universal power, I would make it so. So
I'm going to be the odd man here. I'm going to choose or.
or
I can stand in between and see what
You-
universal respect looks like and what unlimited power looks like, and then decide from that standpoint. But I'll just be the or.
the or
Yeah, mhm.
Well, good, because my boat ain't coming around to pick your ass up when you're floating out there all by
You know
yourself.
what? That's selfish.
Or
That's
or
I will.
I'm a or.
I will.
I'm
Sit
a-
out there. I'll leave your oar out there while my boat floats onto the shore. Like bye oar.
You're forgetting the further away
Bye,
you get,
oar.
the more I can mess with you.
fun, isn't it?
this is fun.
Okay. Would you rather give up air conditioning and heating for the rest of your life or
What?
give up the internet for the rest of your life?
Oh, I'd give up the internet
Internet.
before I give
All day.
I'm sorry.
All day.
No doubt.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, hands down the internet. Hands down. Because we know how to live without it. We
Yeah.
know how to live without it
Right.
because we've lived without it.
Oh, especially when our air condition went out and it was 107 degrees
I was gonna say,
outside.
Yeah,
If I-
screw that.
Yeah, if I
I
have
don't
to
need it. I don't want any more knowledge, but I don't want to be hot.
if I gotta go through another Arkansas summer with no air conditioner, I'm a dead man anyway. So internet, bye bye.
Dead man. Dead
Right. See ya.
Lee.
I would probably give up the internet. You're right.
Yeah, I think that's
I don't see the point. I mean, as long as I have heating and air conditioning,
Right.
I could give up heating and air conditioning if I have you.
Aw. And this is a true statement because if you touch
Yeah.
it, you're going to heat up anyway.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, you know, like
yeah.
when you sleep together, the whole bed like catches fire.
Right. Right.
And it's
You
like
have to have air condition to calm down.
we have to sleep
Yeah.
in 63 degrees. We're screwed
Yeah.
if it gets over 63, the bed is catching fire and we're both complaining about how hot
Hot.
it is.
It's so
And it
hot.
doesn't matter what time of year it is.
Right.
right.
Right? It's like the energy that's there is just it's you can lay with your pain and not have to hide it.
Yeah.
So when we lay together, that pain is there, but it's so peaceful and it just, oh my God, we sleep better now than we ever
Ever have.
in our entire life.
Yeah.
Okay. We
It's
have
like
two
it's like sleeping in the womb. It really is. It's like it's
Yeah,
insane.
it is.
guys. What
Yeah,
happened
we
when
get
we
it.
had the us all together at our binding ceremony up in the cabin
That
when
was
it was
nuts.
freezing outside?
Freezing.
What happened inside?
It was about 180 degrees. It was ridiculous.
Everybody was
Oh my God, damn. It was like that whole, yeah.
It
I
got
mean, anybody
so
came in, was
hot.
taking
You
off their
remember
coat
that?
and putting on a t-shirt. I'm going, what the hell?
It got
I was like,
so hot.
It was hot.
I was like, Sandra, turn
But
that
it's
stove
the
on.
energy, right?
She has.
It is, it's
wood and this turn the stove off.
We're all
Turn it
in that
off.
deep feeling, and you don't realize how often you're not around it until you're around it.
Right.
Yeah.
You're around people
Yeah.
now, and they come in and they sit down and they act like they're not leaving. And it's like,
Sometimes they don't.
and it's been like that. It's like that, right? They just come and it's almost
Sometimes
like
they
they
don't.
nuzzle their way in because it's a comfortable energy to stay around. You know what I mean? But we
Yeah.
don't
In it
recognize
too
it.
long and
We don't
lose the
recognize
mind
it at all. Huh?
until they sit in it for too long because they weren't ready for it and they lose their minds.
Yeah.
Then they start asking questions, which is really good.
Yeah.
And they go, they tend to be triggered and spin.
Yeah.
But
So,
they understand why.
let's catch up with what they're saying here. So Tiffany H laughed at internet and let's see. Whisker Lady, but damn you guys, you heal through the internet. We're gonna have to do Lee and Sherry flyers. She said, Yoshima said, power equal control. Control is an illusion to me. Respect equal allowance. So I'd choose respect. Let's see what you did there.
That was beautiful.
Tiffany said, internet born in the 70s.
That's very, very eloquent. I like that.
And Whisker Lady said, but I would obviously lose the internet. I would feel so free.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sucks you in.
It does.
All right, next question.
Oh man.
Oh, this one's intense.
Uh-oh.
Would you rather swim in a pool full of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup?
Maple
Maple
syrup.
syrup.
Maple syrup
syrup.
for sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That was a no-brainer here.
How are you going to swim in Nutella?
Ew.
Well, what happened was, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I don't even like Nutella.
Um,
No.
it's-
Cameron loves that stuff. I don't even like it. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can necessarily. I would say maple
I
syrup
was
for sure.
expecting chocolate when I ate it,
Yeah.
and then when I didn't get that, I was highly disappointed.
Yeah. I was like, what is this taste? What is it? What? I was
Yeah.
confused.
I'm not used to this. Look, it's either got to be peanut butter or
Yeah.
chocolate, not a mixture of some other nut.
Preferably both peanut butter and chocolate. That
Peanut
was-
butter and
Carrie
chocolate
doesn't like
are
them.
the original two, and that should be all it is.
Okay.
They're mixing too much. They're doing too much.
Now we're going to change. We're going to kind of go towards a little bit different space here. Would you
Okay.
rather have Beyonce's talent
Okay.
or Jay-Z's business acumen?
Jay-Z's business acumen.
Yeah.
That man's a genius. Yeah,
We want to be Beyonce, don't we,
he-
Sandra? We're quiet as hell. We're like, me and Sandra quiet. We're like,
Because
I
you-
could be Beyonce. It's like-
You want me to be Beyonce?
Beyonce is you, bro. Yeah.
Come
What?
on, Beyonce.
I'm just saying.
What?
If I could be Beyonce,
You are pretty freaking fabulous, like she is.
you know what?
Yeah.
I do kind of live that fabulous life, don't I? I kind of do.
I've seen him dance
You have
up
that elfin look.
against. Remember the
Yeah.
beam that we had in the cabin,
Yeah.
and he got up against it and was dancing. Yeah, I've seen him dance
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah.
all the way.
Beyonce.
Yeah.
He is all the way, Beyonce.
Attention gets drawn
Uh-huh.
when I start swinging. Yeah.
Swinging your hips. It's done deal.
Yes, it is.
Done it. Oh.
My Lord.
Would you rather be an extra in an Oscar-winning movie or the lead in a box office bomb?
Oh, give me that extra in that box office, baby.
Mm.
Yeah,
Extra.
I'm Monica Lewinsky. I don't want to work my way to the top.
Oh, oh.
You want to work your way to your knees?
No, I'm skipping that step.
Oh. All right. Yeah. All right.
Skipping that step.
She's got blue hair, so she don't even have to worry about the blue dress.
Right. She should have skipped that step. Went straight to the top. Monica,
Alright.
call me. Call
Uh,
Jay-Z. He's got great business sense.
So Whisker Lady said, Summer said Nutella. Whisker Lady said better than syrup, maybe might feel cold. Let's see. Don't know, gotta try both. So Tiffany H said yes, and then Tiffany H said neither one. Oops, what'd I do?
At least
did
touching
something.
things.
I did.
We lost
I
everything.
didn't.
There we
All
go.
right. So
I'd love it if it was honey.
Honey, yeah,
Especially our raw honey
honey
here.
would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have, oops, what did I do?
Oh
here?
no,
I did
Lee,
something.
Lee,
Oh, hold on.
we can't see
There,
anything.
there we go. All right.
There it is.
Well,
So then we got,
Stop touching stuff, bruh.
would you rather vomit on your hero or have your hero vomit on you?
Have my hero vomit on me for sure. For sure.
I'm vomiting all over somebody else.
I
'cause
don't want
I don't.
anybody vomiting on me.
I would believe me. I would rather have Vince Neil vomit on me than me vomit on him. Because I would be embarrassed to vomit on him.
He's your
But
hero?
yeah,
What's he saved you from?
like a lot of stuff you just don't know when I'm in there crying and I put him on. That man has saved me from a lot of things, a lot of heartbreak, a lot of teenage heartbreak. He pulled me out of the trenches. Oh,
He's been there.
Oh,
He's
Alan,
been
would you rather vomit on the hero or have the hero
I-
vomit?
I would never love to have Freddie Mercury vomit on me, ever.
he probably vomited on quite a few.
So you would have to vomit on him.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
you
Um,
vomited
yeah.
on your hero before.
yeah. Oh, I know
vomited
you, on you, yeah.
Right.
I-
Right. Same.
I've
Same.
vomited on you. You have never vomited on me.
No. Mm-mm.
Uh,
I cleaned up a lot of your vomit. I really did.
He
You know
did.
what? It was interesting because I didn't see it as gross. I just saw it as, okay, you can't keep stuff inside. You know what I mean?
well, right.
So it's got to come out one way or the other, and you weren't doing well. So anyway, I would yeah, I would have to vomit on my hero because Superman vomiting on me would just never stop. I'd be dead. You'd drown a motherfucker.
That'd knock you into Pennsylvania.
Right.
Right.
Right. How did he die? Superman vomited on him. I don't even know if that's a comic book, but I would like to see it if there was.
Superman puked on him, dead.
Death started 100 miles east of here.
Right. Right.
Let's see if anybody said anything. That neither one. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
All right, so we have. Would you rather communicate only in emoji or never be able to text at all ever again?
Oh God. Definitely the emojis. Because I would say some dumb shit. And you'd have to figure it out. And it'd be funny as shit.
Have you ever tried to have a whole conversation with emojis?
We should.
We should,
We should.
and we should post that.
That'd be interesting.
I do that.
Probably understand me better.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's the truth. He's the worst texter ever.
Yeah, you know, she could ask me a question in text, and I'll ask it like she's standing in front of me, pointing at something. You know, I don't get the concept.
I sent somebody a text today and they're like, I'm kind of lost in this conversation.
Yeah. I get that a lot with him. I'm like, what?
Huh?
What, huh?
What?
Huh?
That's, yeah, I do that a lot too.
Oh.
Question mark. Like, what the hell was that?
Would you rather always have body odor and not know it, or always smell body odor on everyone else?
Oh no, I'm definitely smelling before I'm smelling. No, I'm definitely gonna be the stinker before I am the stinky. Oh, you need to know. I am definitely going to be the stinker. No way am I gonna be the stinky. Oh no.
No.
Son, I know what that smells like. Absolutely not.
I'm
Yeah.
with Sherry on this one.
That's right. That is right. Oh, no.
Flex one, clean up, bottom.
Gary and I'd be walking around saying, sorry, must suck to be you.
I am definitely the feller and I'm not the smeller.
Alan and I walk around all the time going,
You smell me?
do you smell it?
No.
And he's like,
Nope.
no. And I said, I don't smell you either.
No, really?
Okay, we're good.
Smells regular. Regular.
Regular.
It smells regular.
You question that more when you're in an RV than in a brick and mortar house.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Can you
Such a small space.
never do we walk around going, can you smell me? Yeah.
Not in a house.
Although he does smell very nice often.
Oh, Alan's. Hey
Yeah.
guys, have you been smelling magnolias?
All over. But
Oh my God.
isn't it magnolia season?
I don't know, but all I know
like in Georgia or something.
We don't have
Oh.
magnolias right here where I could smell them. And I walk up and sniff Ellen and I go, you smell
We
like
have a magnolia
magnolias.
tree out front.
Huh?
We have a magnolia tree out front.
Yeah,
Maybe
Nice.
it's their fault we're smelling magnolia.
Maybe
that
that's,
could be.
oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We found the
All right.
source.
Connection does that. We should probably check in with Trevor and Eileen as well because
Right.
Check in with her yesterday. She said they were fine. They
yeah,
were
'cause
well,
that hurricane was
but they had a lot of friends down in Jacksonville just get devastated.
wow.
Where do they end up?
They're in Georgia, right?
Georgia, I believe, somewhere.
Georgia?
I get them on here sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's see. We got
Are you done with
would you rather always be 10 minutes late or always be 20 minutes early?
Oh,
20
I'm
minutes.
usually 20 minutes late.
No,
I,
10 minutes.
I-
You get 10 minutes late.
Oh, I said, but I'm usually 20 minutes late.
Right.
I'm always late, so I'm with Sherry on this one.
Yeah.
20 minutes early.
I'm not going to be early. Not to anything.
I
wa-
am
I
never
wasn't early when I was born, and I'm not going to be early nowhere else.
And let's go with one more question here.
Ain't doing it.
Did Alan answer that one?
I was early to our wedding.
Did I said early. Oh, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
early. I was making sure he showed up.
This one is a good one.
Okay, here we go. Good one.
You rather have a pause or a rewind button in your life?
Oh, pause all the time.
There's so many questions. Can
But
I
you-
move
Somebody
on?
be losing their shit. You just pause the button like I could smack you right now.
But I have-
I
I
could be
have
out of
questions.
leave
Can
it-
you go over and repose people?
No, the rewind button, everything's gonna play out the way it did.
Like,
But you can rewind it to make sure that that shit just happened. There's some shit I don't want to replay in my life though.
then I could be
So I already did that on purpose without a rewind button.
I would rewind over and over just to get mad. Madder.
Hey, that's true. That's true. That's true.
I would do that. I would. And that
Oh, shit.
right. Yeah. And get more and more and more pissed off
See,
and angrier and angrier and angrier. And then I would go react.
you'll be rewinding your moments when
Yeah.
he's going in death row like
Right.
I shouldn't have thought about it. I should have
Right.
got so mad, but I keep watching this over and over, right?
Man.
Yeah, that could happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
That's all right. Y'all keep pushing rewind and Lee and I will push pause.
Right.
That's exactly what I
right.
would do. I would hit pause. Like
Around and pause. Can you
it would
what
give me
can
enough
you do
time.
in pause?
In pause, I'd be able to calm the hell down before I say something.
Not if you're paused and you
If
don't
I'm
know.
paused, I'm gonna like I'll pause the scene. Like you'd say to me something
Then
like
you
this.
can't keep going and pause. You have to be paused too.
You'd say some shit like this. You'd be like, "Did you
You
end
can't
up?"
hear and pause. There's no
Well, check
sound in
this out.
pause.
Here's how it would work out in our favor. If you said, "Hey, did you clean up?" and I pause it, like, think about what she said. Go
Hey,
get it.
what did you
Come
say?
back and then hit the pause button back and be like, yes.
That-
Right? That's how that shit would work.
Yeah, yeah. You
Work in my
hit the button, you did. Then they said, "Did you clean the?" And then you hit the pause, and you come back and say,
Yeah.
"The bathroom." Oh, yeah, I got that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
done.
And she's like, "Oh my God, you're good."
She goes
That-
to say, the kid. No, but pause. You want to clean the
Right.
kitchen, right? See what I'm saying? She would never get she'd get a whole sentence out in one day.
well,
Because I
that's
hit pause all
cool,
day.
because as soon as we get in bed, my ass is hitting pause, and I'm turning over and going to sleep.
Wake up,
So-
not be tired. Yeah. You'd be going to sleep right after. This way you get some shut eye, and then you can wake up and then just hit the pause resume.
Ass is sleeping right in the
Yeah.
middle of pause. You need to know. I don't know I don't know who turned it back on, but I'm asleep.
That would be so cute. I would want to watch that on the Insta replay.
Then he
Summer
would
fed.
be hitting rewind so he could get her just before she fell asleep.
Right.
Right. He checked the time stamps on the rewind.
Yeah.
She fell asleep at 3:32, and I'm gonna get her at 3:30.
So that's the fun part of the game. Anybody got anything they want to talk about? Anybody want a card pool?
That was fun.
Well,
Yeah.
well, since nobody wants to pull one, how about we pull cards for you guys and then you guys pull cards for us?
Okay,
Oh, let's do that.
So let's do that.
do it.
Okay. We're going to use
India's deck.
India Lee. Here's
Lay.
the-
It's
Lay.
lay.
Lay. Okay. There's the
Okay.
book.
You know what?
And
I
then-
don't really know what it is.
It's India Lee.
Is it Lay?
Lee.
Lay?
Okay. Just because it's Leigh doesn't mean that
It's Lee?
Lay. It's Lee. Yeah.
It's Lay.
Nope. All right. So
Okay.
we're pulling a card for you guys. And
Okay.
this is
I can't read it. I don't have my
what
glasses.
we're going to pull a card for what your tomorrow is going to look like.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Sounds-
So
Sounds-
Sherry, close your eyes
Your tomorrow.
and just feel okay. I've got Sandra. You got Alan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and
Yeah.
pull it. And she's got it. And the card is
The Galaxy of You. The number 30.
Of you.
Oh,
All right.
rock on.
Cool.
and I'll read what it says. The Galaxy of You card number 30. And this is a spirit card.
Spirit card.
So it's relating to spirit. Have you ever gazed into the deep, dark, black, blue expanse
Are you flirting with
behind
Alan?
your eyelids
Sounds like you're flirting with
and
Alan.
watched as one by one the stars appear, one illuminating for each soul you've known, each brilliant experience you've lived, every era of you, every love, every story coming together and interconnecting in endless combinations, forming dazzling constellations, a timeless legend to accompany each, and you're lost in it, found in awe and wonder, gratitude and overwhelm, struck by its magnitude, marveling at the miracle of the galaxy that is you, in your own external, unduplicatable, irreplaceable, expansive, in the infinite universe of galaxies, one for each soul. Spirit is bringing in everything that is just right for you. It's your job to align with that knowing first so that it can come in. Everything that has your name on it, all that you get visions of, that you just know as yours. It is in fact yours. It is coming in. It is your job to embody the energy of it now. Imagine that your past, present, and future are completely right for you in every way. That your yesterday, today, and tomorrow are exactly as they are intended to be for your soul path. That they are the only way they could and can be. That they took you and you are taking you exactly where you need to go, in the ways that you and only you in your past, present, and future form needed and need to get there. Now drop the filter of imagination and see that this is the truth. Only the mind says otherwise, and it tortures you in doing so, moment by moment. Choose to love yourself and give yourself peace by accepting your past, present, and future exactly as they are, as the ones that are right for you. Your moments will be filled with gifts of peace, abundance, connection, and love. The mind will have nothing to say. For once, it will be relived, and it too will have peace. If you pulled this card, you two, accept and embrace that your past, present, and future are perfectly aligned with your soul path and all that is intended for you. Take time, space, and perspective to admire and appreciate the complex tapestry of events, people, experiences, and feelings that make up this immense galaxy that is you. Wow.
That's nice. I
Well,
love
I chimed in at Sandra's heartbeat. She chimed in yours, Alan, and that's the card that was pulled for you both for tomorrow.
That's a good card.
All right, now
that was awesome.
you gotta span them out and let me pull one
Okay.
because you're gonna read it.
That I did. I love that. That was great.
Lyra,
that was
you're
great.
gonna read
Okay.
because we all love hearing your voice, you know. Okay.
Yeah, he's going to turn us on. So after he gets done reading, we're going to shut this off
He's
and go
gonna turn
upstairs and get
on.
busy.
Who's
I'm
he?
sorry.
You?
I'm sorry. What?
I'm scared.
Was I saying something out loud? See, that's what I meant. Get in my mind. It'd be happening to everybody.
It's horrible. It's a horrible, horrible place to be. It's so bad.
There you go, babe.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Don't go in
And
there.
that was a pretty wicked card. I don't know if you even saw it, but is it
That
coming
was
up?
cool. That was really cool.
Turn up my hookah.
This is yours.
Alchemy, this is sacred geometry.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Alchemy. 8. Is that the infinite number 8? Is that what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. There you go, babes.
All
That's
right.
it. Activation.
All right. Yeah. The number 8 card, like Sandra said, the frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. Alchemy usually refers to the process of transforming matter, particularly that metal into gold. In a more esoteric sense, of course, alchemy has been associated with magical transformations that have to do with longevity. Magic is as real as we allow ourselves to believe, whether we aim to transform metal into gold or wish to find the secret to life itself, the immortality of our soul. When we access the mysterious, subtle, and often undefined parts of ourselves that light us up, we get a taste of real magic. Love is one of the greatest, most mysterious, and magical energies in the universe. When love comes to us and we open our hearts to welcome it in, true alchemy can work its magic on every aspect of our being. In tantric traditions, it's believed that when two people merge through not only their physical bodies, but with all the energetic aspects of themselves aligned as well, they can reach states of consciousness that have powerful rejuvenating effects and can even open the door to immortality. These heightened states of consciousness can also be achieved by a single individual. The key, either way, is the intentional, directed, and deep state of love that merges all dualistic aspects, the masculine and the feminine, with others and ultimately within ourselves. The alchemy image shows how one becomes two, or is it the other way around? From the center source, spin the two aspects of masculine, left circle with the upward triangle, and feminine, the right circle with the downward triangle, representing the dualistic world of our physical plane. The bright orange represents the color of our sacral chakra, which is linked to our sexuality, our connection with others, and its freeing effect on the body and mind. Purple and violet represent our connection to the higher realms and source, indicating that our consciousness is as much part of the merging as our physical bodies are. The large triangles refer to the union between the masculine and the feminine, where the upward triangle represents the masculine and the downward, the feminine. The number 6, circles light sources, represents harmony, love, and balance. So try this. Take a moment to go inside yourself and remember who you are. Remember that you hold within you all of the secrets of unlimited potential and infinite existence. Do you know that you are magical and you can perform magical manifestation? You are a great sorcerer. Practice your magic often.
Sometimes we just have to be reminded.
Right?
That is all.
I like that reminder that Lee gave for us, that y'all gave for us. That was a great reminder.
Which reminder would that be?
Oh, the one for us to know that from your reading that we should just trust the process of what we're going through, that past, present, and future are all working together in whatever experience that we are having right now, and whether we see that as a desirable or undesirable experience, that it's all valid and needed for our growth.
And it's
That's what I got from it.
that's what we're here to do. We're traveling so that we can have both ends of the experience, so we can neutralize it, go into the 0 point, and create in a place that's never been created before.
So it's kind of like an ancestral generational reunion or just family reunion. So it's like all of that energy is coming through us to heal everything that happened to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to trust our knowing and stop. A lot of people say, well, I think. No, you don't.
Right.
Thinking happens to you, not for you.
Someone we know.
Who was it that said, I think, you think, therefore you are? Who was it said that? Is that biblical? No, that's not
I think
biblical.
therefore I am. It was
I think therefore I am.
That was Isaac Newton.
Is it Isaac Newton?
Somebody. Yeah.
I don't know.
Something like that.
I thought it was Einstein.
Well, it could have been. I believe that
Somebody smart back in the day said
Yeah.
that, and it resonated with me. That's all.
It made me throw up because then I realized that it's going to be nothing more than what I thought, not it based in anything that I felt. It was a very isolating experience until it wasn't.
Today, Cameron and I were having intense fellowship, and and
It happened.
Is that what the parents are calling it now?
It's
we were
just
having
another part of church that you just
intense
kind of
fellowship.
get through.
And right, but what was I gonna say?
You were talking about the energy, and I guess you
I
were trying
lost
to
it.
relate to
Oh,
me.
no, I lost it completely. It's
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
I shouldn't have hit that hookah just now.
Intense relationship with Cam.
No, we were talking about something and
The intense relationship with Cameron.
yeah, me and Cameron were talking about something and he said something and I've lost it. Who knows?
Okay.
All right then.
That happened.
There it
See,
is.
see, what'd you say? I'll give up. Who said I'll give up the memories?
Yeah, right.
That would be me.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
And that messed
that's
with her. It does. I do that to her all the time because I'm present. And then she's like, I can't remember. And I'm like, it's because I'm being very present with you. I'm not think and people experience that with me when they come and they sit in front of me and they're like, how come because I'm not in their past. I'm right there in front of them. And I bring that presence. You bring the presence through your pain, right? If you don't hide your pain, you're always bringing presence. And you don't necessarily know that you're letting people connect to that until you do. And it's a very vulnerable aspect of how we heal.
that's what Cameron was saying. He was like, Mom, I went into the other room and I meditated for a little bit. And I was like, okay, Cameron, like,
Yeah.
all right.
You showed them your
So I
thing?
said, so this is my first question. I said, Cameron, do you know anything about your chakra system? And he was like, my what? And I was like, okay, come here. So I took him in our bedroom and I have like my little meditation area, my little meditation space. And I've got some chakra candles, so if I feel blocked in any way, shape, or form in any of them, I'll light the candle and do anyway. And nevertheless, all that shit that I do, right? Um, and um, and I literally, briefly, very elementary, explained the chakra system as pinwheels.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And it sticking a pencil in one. Right. So I literally got that simple in explaining the chakra system and blocks. Right. And he was like, oh. And I showed him my little rocks and, do you ever wonder what I'm in here doing sometimes? And he's like, not really. Right. I just I just need to calm down. So I told him anytime he wanted to use my meditation space, he was more than welcome. And then
That hurts.
and then and he was like, okay, cool, I just might. And because I told him, I said, I close the door when I'm meditating, so Lee won't like barge in because it's right there. So if we need to put like a little sign on our door that says meditation, right? It shouldn't take any longer than 5 or 10 minutes. And he was like, okay, cool. And he was like so excited that I was showing him something, right? And I was looking at him like, what is happening? You know what I mean? The connection was happening. I was connecting him to something that he was feeling in that moment and kind of even showing him where he was blocked, right? Because he was talking
Yeah.
about he wasn't able to communicate. He wasn't able to say the words he needed to say, right? So I then gave him a little another one of my little meditation things, sitting in the shower and letting the water fall on me and just imagining it all falling down and rinsing out and you know what I mean, gone. And hopefully it helped. But he's been real interested in like the energies, right? And he said, I can feel the energies here. He knows like if he walks in, if you and I are in conflict or if everything's calm and cool and collected, right? He's starting to that that spiritual side of him is starting to come out. It's
He doesn't have much of a choice.
it's really interesting.
He really did. We're not.
It's really
It's kind of like
interesting.
how Gabe was with you guys. They don't really get
Right.
They're in there, and you feel their energy, and you can feel when their energy's even offset, even if their door's shut or if
You
they're not
just
in the
have
same
no
space. You can feel
idea.
it.
You just have no idea how much they really do understand the energies.
Have
They
we
get it.
Do you
Right.
guys
Yeah.
remember that
That's cool.
Alan and I would dance when things were really getting crazy? We would dance.
Yeah.
Well, Gabe, in those few years that we had him, he would observe that. So we went to Denver,
Yeah.
and Alan was gone in another part of the apartment,
And of
and
course, every time we do it, he just kind of give us that look like,
oh
oh
God,
God.
here we
Uh-huh.
Hey,
You know,
ooh.
so we're not
Yeah,
in the
really.
cabin.
Yeah.
He's staying with Jim. He comes up to spend Christmas
Yeah.
evening, this and morning, and I'm standing there and all of a sudden, well, you know how Michelle is. Michelle knew our favorite songs and she put them on. I don't even know what it's called anymore, but it's old and most people don't use them anymore, but it has music on it. And it was playing in the kitchen and I turned to look for Alan because that's our song. And he wasn't anywhere to be seen. And I was like, oh no. And Gabe stood up off the couch, walked over and said, I'll dance with you until Grandpa gets back.
Yeah.
And I thought,
I was like,
he's
wow.
gonna be a great, great husband, father, and he got this compression time.
I felt like saying, you don't even ever have to say thank you for anything we've ever done for you. You just said it right there.
Right there.
It's when they can
Yeah.
feel it, but then they get in their head and then they feel some kind of pain, but they don't speak to you from that pain. They just stay in their head about it.
Yeah.
They miss that feeling until they realize that feeling is gone. Do they really know how much they missed it?
Yeah.
So it's almost like, let's just face it, we're disintegrated children, but we can go back into that energy, and they knew energy. As children, we knew energy better than the adults do because
Right.
Oh, yeah.
disintegrated child. They've forgotten what that energy is. That's why this connection is so powerful, because it wants to bring back that child energy.
Yeah.
And you're not ready for that child energy. You'll sit and talk to it like you're trying to reparent it, and that shit don't work. You got to do shit that works. You know, you got to let that child be free because that child's pissed at you. Pissed at you, number one, because you broke their trust. We thought when we get older, we were going to take care of ourselves differently than the way we did.
Yeah.
And all we ended up doing was letting ourselves down. So it's almost like you go back into that pain when you come back into this connection, and you don't want to choose that child, and you don't realize that's all you got to choose.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we're children. Well, a majority of the time, it's like him living with two children most of the time.
Right.
We're children.
We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight about it. Right? It is a kiss and make up, right? And then it's snuggle energy. The energy has a cycle, but it's how you're playing in that cycle. If you hold that resentment in that cycle, you're going opposite directions.
Right. True.
Really. And we've done that. You guys have done that. It's like you just go, and then you don't realize that the love that you have for each other is big enough to stay in one place.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part.
We put out a thing a few years ago about what a day in the life of Sandra and Alan's like, and it was like two little kids bickering back and forth.
I know you are, but what am I?
You take care of yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm like rubber. You're like glue, stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
do
yeah.
like glue.
I hope you die and go to hell. Then
Don't
come
talk
out.
to me for 15 minutes.
Right.
For 15 minutes, don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't come near
It's not-
me. You just let me stay here for 15 minutes.
And it's
And
not like
don't
is
touch
that
me.
Don't touch me.
you're never under that threat of I'm going to leave you.
No.
You could say it, but even if you say it, it's not a feeling that's in you that the other person even goes, yeah, whatever.
It's not even
Right.
believable. It's not even
I'm talking that
believable.
shit. You ain't going nowhere. Try to walk 3 steps out that door, so you'll be back. It's like you can't. You don't even see the boomerang effect of what you're looking for because you don't never let yourself have it.
Right.
It's like me saying I'm never going to smoke pot again.
So here we have
Please.
John Lyons came in. Hey, you guys. I hope you guys are all doing well.
He got a baby.
I just had a baby with Gabby. So congratulations, John. I hope that labor wasn't tough for you. I know that was hard to push that baby out of that. Where did you push the baby out of? It's an incredible time, he said. And I'm wondering how that went down.
I'm so
Perfect, said
excited.
Tiffany. No
I'm
stinking
so
thinking, said Tiffany.
excited.
Summer, thank you. That's who actually said it was Descartes, I believe. How's it pronounced?
I don't know.
John Lyons said, do you feel patterns of behavior coming up before hitting?
Yes.
Now that Gabby has had the baby, I feel the need to work more to help support the baby. How do you guys deal with unconscious things pop up? My child has today's wild and chaotic energy, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to embrace my child fully. You can only embrace your
Aw.
child as much as you embrace your own
Embrace
inner
yourself.
child. It's like if you're looking at that child and you're not seeing you in that child, you will treat that child differently until you do. And what the problem is you don't realize you need to have that from the onset and never let go of it. Because as your child gets older, everything that you put your parents through is what that child's going to put you through. And they're going to enjoy every second of it because you think you're going to respond differently, but the way you were taught and what you kept seeing is the way it comes out of you. So if you can stop that ahead of time, you're golden. If you
Yep.
don't, you end up repeating the same behavior and
The
getting a child
fault.
that turns into your parents against you. You don't even realize it yet.
Well,
You don't
think
realize
about it.
it's already there, right?
Already
If,
there.
You're like,
if
"Oh."
we would have been born into today's frequency, okay? And I'm gonna put all of your preconceived notions of the energy away and nothing in its way. The energy itself is like way higher than it was when we were born into this world. So these new babies coming in, they are very high frequency. They are being met with high frequency unless they forget. Unless they forget.
Right.
And we came in forgetting. So let's bring these kids up in a higher frequency and make sure that they're having the energetic conversations and
Yeah.
and everything that they need. And they'll be amazingly awesome. These are amazing babies coming in. So
It really,
work
Great.
on yourself because
Way to
this
go.
baby gonna teach you something.
right. The baby's going to teach you how not to be you anymore, but to be who you were meant to be. And the issue with that is if you don't like yourself much now, you're really not going to like yourself if you keep going.
Right.
Right. It's it's the steamrolling effect. You don't even see it until you're in it. And then you start thinking to yourself, was I like this? And then you go to your parents and you ask that silly question and they go, you have a child just like you? And they start laughing because because they knew they were trying to give you something later on that they didn't give you earlier on, right? Because it's hard to see that. Um, as we look at our own childhoods and then look at our adulthoods, then look at our children, and then we look at all of it and even look at the generations back and we go, we're connected to all of it. And that's the thing about this connection is it's going to pull that out of you. It's going to pull it out of you whether you want it to or not. But if
Right.
you're not seeing it pulling it out of you for the greater good, you're going to be fucked up for a long time
Oh.
because
So
that hurt has to come up.
Yeah.
so do you guys
100%.
remember when all of us met? I really want you to think about this. How many twin flame couples did you know that actually brought babies into this plane of
I don't
existence?
remember meeting you, ma'am.
Your memory's gone. You stop smoking now.
Yep. Yep.
Um,
Who are these people?
yeah,
Very
I think
Who are these people and what do they want?
I feel I feel what Sam's saying though. I feel it. I feel it in a very
No,
deep way.
I do. Yeah, for sure.
okay.
But I even look at that and look at how you're pointing to now, right? And the frequency now versus the frequency then.
Right.
The frequency then, we had more trees.
Right.
We did. We got the whole root thing because we had more trees. There's just a correlation there, but there's a deep connection to it too. There were roots around where we were. There aren't roots now where this frequency is.
Right.
We're the roots. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Yeah.
the thing is, the roots that we had, we didn't like the stories they told because we thought they were talking about back then, but they were really trying to show us the feeling that they were in.
Right.
So the issue with that is now you have a whole uplifted where the root's gone,
Right.
the trees are gone, and we've got this frequency, and kids are coming out going, how come I feel so disconnected already?
Right. Right.
And they really shouldn't. You know what I mean? They feel so disconnected already, and then they feel like they have no voice because there is not that root. Those trees aren't there anymore. So how do we bring the trees back? Because if we don't get rooted, then connection doesn't stand a chance.
Well,
And
and I'm viewing it from this perspective. When our kids came into this plane of existence and the frequency was so low, the download that I got about it was those kids came in to hold the frequency that Alan and I carried at that particular time so that we could move forward. They gave us an amazing gift. But the new babies coming in, they're giving you an amazing gift that you probably don't even comprehend yet. And so it just depends. These twiners are bringing a lot of babies in right now, guys. I've never seen a surge of babies like this.
I haven't either. And you know what is interesting? Lee and I were just talking like literally a couple hours ago. And I said, hey, did you know so and so had a baby? And he was like, what? I mean, like, we haven't seen this girl since she was probably 12, right? So I mean, she's probably no older than 18 or 19, but it's still, we've envisioned her as 12, right?
Mhm.
And 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 I was like, no, no, like, she's, getting ready to have a baby. We were just talking about, what were we talking about?
Oh my God. Y'all too.
Hey, it's
It is
Saturday.
time to
It's Saturday. You
go.
know what I mean?
It's time to
John,
go.
say something else.
It
A
is
child has
time to go.
today's wild and chaotic
Oh, I
games.
was talking about the time. Like, where does it go? Like, it just seems like
Ooh,
you meet somebody
Gabby
and the
had
next thing you know,
preeclampsia,
they're
and
100.
Gabby had preeclampsia.
Gabby, oh,
Oh,
preeclampsia is no fun.
how's
That's
more?
what I had.
Yeah, no fun. Not cool. So glad she's okay.
And
Right.
I felt that hurt me.
So glad
So,
she's okay.
well, you guys have been awesome
I don't even
hanging
know
out
how
with us.
long we have been on here toxifying the internet.
Yeah.
Uh, but how long have we been on here? Where do you
John
find that
said,
information?
John said the most important thing to me is centering myself and remembering where I come from. Um, no, because you're in a new space where
Yeah,
things are brand new. If you keep going back to where you came from, you're going to give your child all your trauma,
yeah.
all of your hurt,
Let's
all of your
not
pain.
let's not do
So
that.
let's not do that.
Let's not do
Let's
that.
focus on, I want to be the most important thing to this connection, because what you're looking for is a connection between you, Gabby, and the baby. If you're looking for the most important thing to you, you've already centered yourself, made yourself a daddy who's not there. Don't do that. And that's just the truth. When you make it about you, you lose your ability to make it about the baby. So you're not making it about the baby. The baby is going to make it not about you either. So you got to kind of watch those steps.
Maybe I'll humanize it a little bit. If you focus so hard on being a good father, what am I trying to say here? The f- if you focus solely on your baby, it's a son, right? It's a daughter or a son?
Girl.
Girl. If you focus so much on your daughter and she is your whole focus and you lose yourself in that, you'll lose yourself in that is what I'm trying to say. But if you focus on your daughter, you find yourself in that. Am I making sense?
That makes sense, but so the variable of the story is if I just felt into what John is saying here. John is making the baby, if it's a girl, he's turning it into his mother and making himself important because his mother always wants him to feel important to himself. So he's going to do that 400 times worse and turn his daughter into a mother very, very early instead of focusing on being a beautiful man for a beautiful girl.
Right. And
You
if
know
he
what I mean?
focuses on that, it's going to make him a great father.
Right.
Focusing on
He's
that's going to make him a
when
great,
he's
not
trying to make
focusing on
right.
being a great father.
When he's trying not to make
Right.
himself better, he's going to lose. You have to lose the judgment because a baby doesn't know what judgment is. Children don't understand judgment until they're taught judgment.
Right.
We all have been infected with judgment. Once we're infected with judgment, we pass that on to the child or children that we have. We just don't see ourselves doing it, but we do it in our actions, our behaviors, and everything that we do. So if you grow up having low self-esteem and start telling yourself you got to make yourself better, because that's where that
Right.
comes from.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're trying to make yourself better, you're telling yourself you're not good enough anyway. So you got to pay attention to the opposite of that. That's the yin and yang and the balance of where you got to find yourself. And that's kind of where connection begins for to yourself. So if it's not there, you're going to struggle. So the advice I would give you is don't be the best, just be the love you want your daughter to have. There's no other way to say it. Be the love you want your daughter to have in her life.
Yeah.
If you don't start doing that now, she's going to find somebody who's always going to be the best thing for themselves, and she's never going to get loved. So be the best love you can be for your daughter. Be the best love you can be for Gabby. Be the best love you can be for yourself. That way, you don't have to use judgment because love doesn't know what judgment is.
Perfect.
How long have we kept these people on the? Is there anybody
thinking-
here? Is one person watching? Is anybody here?
No.
That's all we want to know.
Me.
How in the hell long have we been on here, and how many people have we lost?
We've been on an hour and 52 minutes.
That's 2 hours of these people's time that we've taken up on a Saturday night.
No, when you have connection, time stands still. They
Does
didn't
stand
realize
still. It
if
really does.
you're in connection, we don't. Do you guys have a concept of time? Do you often
No.
keep finding yourself going, do you know what time it is? Do you find yourself doing that a lot?
Oh, wait
Oh,
a
yeah.
minute. I
Day.
convinced him the other day
You don't even
that
know
it
what
was
day it is half the time.
Wednesday, and he believed me, and I kept getting my phone blowing up. Are we
Yeah.
meeting today? And I'm like, today is Wednesday. No. And they take screenshots of their phone and they go, today is Thursday. I'm like, oh shit. Shit.
Mhm.
Okay. It's whole 24 hours. I'm losing here.
We're driving down the street today, and I'm like, "Well, it's already 5 o'clock." He said, 5 o'clock? I thought it was 2 o'clock. I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Again,
I said
We've
it
been-
was 3 hours ago.
here's the question that I keep trying to put in people's heads. Does connection know what time is?
No.
Right.
But does time
So
know
when
what
we don't
connection
have any
is?
track of time, we're staying fully connected.
Does
We
time
don't
know
give a
what
shit.
connection is?
Yeah.
Does connection know what time is?
Does time know what connection is?
No.
Oh.
And does
Hi.
connection know what time is? No. They don't know each other. That's the yin and the
They're
yang.
not even cousins.
You gotta find your way to the middle. Once you find your way in the middle,
danger.
you'll find that you'll flow through the connection side and lose track of time.
Time and connection are
But
strange.
when you got to be in time, you'll
Stranger
flow on that
danger.
side, but you'll never let go of connection.
Right.
It's
So
like,
y'all know how long were Alan and I apart? 24 years?
yep.
When we came back together, we can't distinguish experiences we had with other people with what we
Yeah.
think we went through. And I'm like, did we do that together? And we'll just kind of think about it now and I go, no.
Oh,
I do that sometimes too.
You
I'm like,
really-
was that you?
You really did experience things.
Right,
You?
right.
You guys never
Right.
were apart, really.
Right.
You just
Right, really.
did different things, but you were still connected. So
No.
it's like she was there. Did you ever talk to her on the inside and not realize you were talking to her?
Oh, I'm sure.
Right.
Fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I just knew that we could not. I mean, even when I finally realized I could never really truly say I'm alone, I know I knew I was lying to myself every time I said it
Yeah.
after meeting her. You know what I mean?
Sure do.
It's like when you finally accept that truth, then you're like, okay, all right, I give up. I don't know.
Sherry,
Those
Sherry,
times, though.
Sherry's never alone because I hear 90210. What was it?
867-309.
And
Yeah, it's the
oh my
Jenny
God.
song.
Here we go. Here we go.
Jenny song. I know.
Tiffany said, that's okay. I'm cool with it. You guys are cool. Teresa said hi.
Oh, thank
Summer said hi. John said, I'm still here. Whisker Lady said it's out to me.
We're sorry,
But
guys.
there are people just,
Please
and people
accept-
will probably watch the
please
replay. I
accept
don't know
our
if they'll sit through
apologies
2 hours.
for putting you through this for 2 hours. You know what, though? I don't even feel
don't know
bad
that it's
for you
been 2 hours.
because you watched it for 2 hours. And if you did, I don't feel bad for you at all.
Here's the thing, though. We sat with them for probably an hour before we came up.
We did.
So
Maybe a half
it might
hour.
not be that long.
We had a little sesh. We had a little smoke sesh.
Yeah.
I had a smoke sesh. I had some
92
fun.
minutes is how long we've been on here.
You know what? Then it hasn't been 2 hours.
No, it's been 92 minutes on here. But, I
It
can
hasn't
see
been 2
why
hours.
we probably should let you guys go. Nobody wanted a card pull. We're good with that.
We're fine.
Stay connected.
If you don't want to know what the guides say, I don't want to tell you.
No, but we pulled some powerful cards between us, which meant
We did.
anybody
That-
with a card pull would have gotten that power.
I'm just kidding, Karen.
Really.
Calm down, Karen.
I mean, hey, just because we got those card pools doesn't mean that you can't take some of that with you.
Right.
I'm accepting my pain. It's wow, says Cece.
Cece,
Hi,
That's the
Cece.
most beautiful thing you can do for yourself. That's how you heal. If you
Cece.
don't accept your pain,
Remember Cece.
Yeah, hi, Cece.
I am going to tell you what.
accept your
it-
pain.
right. That's a game changer.
When you sit in your
a game
pain
changer.
and really finally let it sit all the way in it and not sit there and try to off yourself or tell yourself bad shit. If you can just get to the deepest part of your pain, your mind stops.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, that's where you can change your mind about a lot of things.
Mhm.
But you won't change a belief system if you don't follow that path. You can never change your beliefs until you fully sit in your pain.
True.
It's facts.
It's not, you can't not do it. You have
Nope.
to.
And
Can't
you,
not do
because
it.
you're not discovering the truth yet. The
Right.
truth is going to be in your pain. It's not going to be away from it.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Funny
say
to
it
say
better.
that, Lee. Often Todd would insist he had told me something when he hadn't. And
Who was that?
she said, funny you say that, Lee. Often Todd would insist he had told me something when he hadn't.
Oh,
You know,
really?
like when we were talking
Okay.
about how we, even when we weren't together,
Yeah.
we could say something on the inside and it was like you were still having a conversation with somebody. Like I'd say I'm alone, but I always felt like you could hear that and you would say the same thing too. And it was almost like when we came together and collided, that disappeared.
Yeah, it completely
It was like,
disappeared. Yeah.
damn it, I'm not alone anymore. It's like I
Like
need
even
my
when you're
space.
even with you're laying with other people,
Dude,
you're not alone laying with that
push
person.
Right,
the energy.
right.
off.
You're not alone laying with that person. Even when I was with somebody else, I
Oh, yeah.
was never alone with that other person, and it was weird.
Summer said, can I PayPal 36? I don't have Cash App set up. I want a card pull.
Yes,
Yes, Summer.
you
If
do
you
that,
send that, we'll go
and we might send Sandra and Alan half of it. We might.
ahead.
That's gonna have to be a
just
trust
just
issue
send it through
between you and
Summer.
us.
Tiffany, is this conversation with like minds?
Yes.
I would tell you,
No, me and Alan think nothing alike.
here's what you're sitting in front of. You're
Never.
sitting in front of two very powerful, deeply, very stable connections.
Right.
Where we all have four different minds, but we don't live in our minds, we live in our feelings. If you've ever had a life where you could live in your feelings and never have to hide them, that would be this connection. Is that what you guys experience?
Yeah.
We may need to pause. Can we pause for like a minute? And we'll take like a minute break and
Yeah,
we'll
we've been
pause.
on time. Just give us just a couple minutes and
And yeah. And
I
we'll
can
be,
do a commercial. Let me do a commercial.
you want to like you do the commercial?
Let's
Yeah.
go to
Are you
commercial.
gonna get back here and
Give me
start
something
dancing?
no, I'm just saying, give me something to have a
I
commercial
was
about.
gonna send you after ice for my water.
Oh, I can do that.
oh,
You can do the commercial. I'll go get your
Oh, okay. I'll do the commercial.
here, do a commercial like clearing
commercial. I want you to talk about hemorrhoid cream.
Hemorrhoid cream.
Yes.
Oh, now hemorrhoid cream or our clearing mist. Come on, Sherry.
I was thinking
I'd say
more along
both.
the
I
lines
think they
clear
kind of go
mist.
hand in hand.
It
Because the clear, you don't get the hemorrhoids without you need the clear mist right
It
behind it.
most certainly does not go hand in hand.
Sure it does.
You
You
know
put
what?
your hand on the hemorrhoid cream and the other hand on the spray. Because
You know what?
spray as you hit that flush.
You know what? This is why we can't have nice things.
right.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's because of them. It's because of them. And I don't know anything about this hemorrhoid cream, nor do I know anything about a hemorrhoid. Yeah, I do. His name is Lee. So I will talk to you about a hemorrhoid. The cream to put on the hemorrhoid. It's going in places.
Oh my God.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm gonna run back. I'll be right back.
Oh, that's fine. You just leave
We're
me with
gonna
the
do a
people.
poll.
This is
Yay.
a major, major, major thing for me that y'all three are dumb enough to trust me with the public.
But let's
So
get real here.
go handle yourselves. I got this.
You might actually hear Alan pee because our RV is so small. So you ain't getting away with a whole lot, Sherry.
I mean, I don't want to hear that. We've trauma bonded enough. I don't need any more trauma. I don't need it. No.
Oh, what?
Did he
He just yelled, "Don't make me turn this show around."
oh no. Oh, I can't find the YouTube.
You can't find it?
I can't. I don't know where it's at.
Oh, okay. I'm
So, like,
black.
for comments, I was going to talk to somebody while he was gone, but
Oh, okay.
I've sold all your hemorrhoid cream. We are sold out. We don't have one bottle left.
Okay. I'm blackening the screen. Just
There it
remember.
is. Blackening the screen. She said, I'm blackening the screen.
Okay.
Okay.
Good night, Whisker Lady. We'll see you soon.
Night, Megan. Oh.
What happened?
Alone is a lie. John Lyon said, how do you use tools such as astrology and connection? Do you ever use human design?
Man, I can answer that a little
Okay.
bit. Like I'm not an astrologist. I've never claimed to be an astrologist. I never would. I have an astrologist that I trust in and I believe in. However, that astrologist isn't the tell all be all, right? I don't put all my cards on astrology, um, on what my horoscope says or what is supposedly aligned. I create my own destiny. I create my own horoscope, right? I decide whether I'm going to have a good day or a bad day. So, I mean, I can sort of maybe guide it by my horoscope, right? But
Hmm.
I normally will not. Um, I do believe that it does play a fraction of a part, um, energy wise. Does that make sense at all? Because you know, if if we are in some type of moon phase energy, whether it be retrograde of some planet or some moon phase or whatever, and we're experiencing the general energies of that, it's going to generally affect the energies of what's going on in the home. Um, it's just energetically pulled that way, I believe. I don't necessarily believe in a prediction of what it'll be
Right.
because I believe in I can create my own.
I've
So
done
yeah, I believe it does play a part. So if you have a pie that's cut into 16 pieces, it would be a big pie that's cut into 16 pieces, but it would be 1/16 of the piece that it plays in the connection.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Sandra, the question was, how do you use tools such as astrology and connection?
Okay.
And
So
do
I
you,
heard
do you-
human design, and a lot of people go directly to human design. And there are manifestors and there are generators and different things like that. And that's just one. And like Sherry said, it's one small key component. It doesn't mean that that is who you are. It just means that if you are on this path and you are practicing, you will learn how to move energy through the human design. The human design is showing you what you're capable of if you dig deep and push forward. Um, but a lot of people call it the end all beat all. Like I'm looking for my perfect person. So I'm a generator. And if I bring a manifestor in, we're going to manifest everything we want. Um, but what if you're coming in and you're a manifestor and you don't know what you're doing? This is an energy thing. It really has nothing to do with the mind. It has to do with the energy.
It's so true. You when you and I met, you were certainly a generator. Um, and I was what was it else you said?
Manifestor.
I was a manifester, right? Um,
that
was
hasn't changed. It really hasn't changed.
you don't think?
No. Mm-mm. I think when you got sick, I had to take on
That is
both being
true.
manifester and
That is
generator.
true.
But once you
That is
got,
true.
now that you're better, the manifester part of me left me and jumped back in your body. So all I can do is, I'm a generator now by itself. I don't have
Yeah.
a manifester working for me or a manifester working me. So what happened is I had to start looking at astrology differently.
Okay.
I realized that astrology dictates to me where I've been, not where I'm going.
Going.
So it's different when you're on the other side of it. Before I would look at it and say, because you were my universe, so you pretty much created the way you manifested stuff I would generate. Now I was a generator without a manifester, so it's kind of like you have to kind of float and let yourself figure it out. But then I realized that the way the stars are aligned is the way I'm currently feeling, not the way that I'm being.
Mm,
So I let my feelings dictate what that means. My mind, when it tried to get involved, it didn't understand any of the shit. So it just said, "No, this doesn't," it wanted to completely deny it because I have a very analytical, logical
right.
mind. So my feelings had to finally come online and go, yeah, that's not what any of that meant. So
Mm,
my mind has been removed and the feeling. So when I know that, like when retrograde comes, all of my feelings are heightened.
Right.
They're not bad.
Right.
I don't have a judgment to
Right.
actually point. As a generator, I don't need judgment.
Right.
So I can look and connect everything and see how it's connected, but then I can see where the disconnects are too. So I can go and plug
What is
stuff
it
in.
what that you were like categorized with Victoria's thing? I'm a creator. You are what?
Same thing.
The
Yeah, I was,
star or star
no,
something?
no, I was, it was the one that generates.
Okay.
It was yeah,
Yeah.
you were a creator and I was a generator. So we work together in that space. So
Yeah.
if you come up with it and put it in front of me, I'm going to go in and I'm just going to figure out what every little
Detail
gear
of it
does.
is, yeah.
The gear and how the gear turns, and if the gear's missing teeth, what it looks like and why that teeth is missing. So the way that worked, like when we do root camp, when you created root camp and I went out there and I started connecting, I started realizing there is a specific algorithm built into every child. An algorithm that came from generational standpoint, an algorithm that's hitting them dead in the face from their parental space. But then the way that child grows up in this elevated, jagged way where their ideas and their thoughts and their feelings don't align.
Right.
So then when they get into astrology, and if none of that's ever been looked at, they get into astrology, it finds a way to jag it in the same way
Right.
because they're looking out instead of looking in. So astrology to me should be looking in.
For sure.
The only time that we use astrology is when we can feel, okay, we can feel that there is some intense energy coming in and we can't quite put our finger on it. And then it's like, okay, do you feel this? And he's like, yeah, I feel this. So that's when we get a hold of your friend and our friend, Miss K Moon. And we say,
Oh, I love
we
K-Moon.
need you to lay these over the top and tell us what's going on, because we'll have this almost like this really strong feeling that this is an exit point for one or both, like to exit the planet. So what do we need to do to prep? Or we'll have a jump point where we think, okay, I got this date and it's coming in, it's really intense and need to know what's going on. And this may be a major jumping point and it's just guiding us to that date. And then she gives us confirmation. Oh, that's what this is. Because I don't ever tell her, I got these dates that are coming up. Look at the I don't ever give more. I want to tell the basic and get what I need to get. And she does it every time. I can say, I'm getting this intense feeling that something's coming. And she'll look up the date, tell me the date, and then Ellen and I will confirm that's the date we were feeling, that something was coming.
Right.
So we need to really dig into this and dig deeper into the whole energetics of it. You're going to know when major things are occurring. And to us, the astrology that she does is our niche, isn't it? It's
Right,
like, okay. And so I'm not looking at it to direct me in a direction that I don't feel I need to go. I'm going into it and saying, I feel we're moving this direction. Can you look at the chart and tell me the jump point? And she'll be spot on the date, guys. Spot on it.
And one of the reasons I know that, well, I'll speak for me, and I think you do too. But I mean, you know, for those that maybe want a little bit more of a tangibility to grab a hold of
Yeah.
in this whole thing, is I think it's pretty much just a physical fact of our existence here on this planet, that if the moon, that little satellite, can have such an effect on this planet,
What do you think it has on?
even though it's incomprehensible to us, what do you think all the rest of the energy that is put out from all the rest of the planets are doing in conjunction with that?
Right.
Therefore, to me, that's how I can say, you know what? I may not go in totally with it, but there's something to it.
There's something to it. For
You
sure.
know, because I know I'm one of those that kind of like, okay, I understand the concept, but how is that physically applied? I'm like you, Lee, I got to know why. You know, okay, why or how? That to me gives it a proper perspective. Or
Do we
I
need to?
kind of go like Sherry and say, yeah, I can devote a 16th of my eye to that.
Yeah.
So does she want we pull from the same?
Yeah. So they pull a card and we pull a card.
Okay.
And we got to concentrate on, this is summer.
Summer's on the East Coast.
Summer's
so
on the
that's-
East Coast. We've met Summer. We've been in Summer's.
She's been in our energy field.
Summer has first of all, she drew a beautiful picture of she's an
It's
amazing artist. She drew a
upstairs
picture
now.
of this elephant and a baby elephant and wrote us the beautiful note, and I got them both framed on the stairway of our house. And then we came into town, we came into Maryland for my birthday a couple years ago, and Summer on the fly.
We went to the Bumpin' Uglies.
Yeah, we was at the Bumpin' Uglies festival, and it wasn't the Bumpin' Uglies festival; it was the festival for the band Bumpin' Uglies. Um, and, and it's our favorite. And they're one of our favorites. And but but on the fly, it was my birthday weekend. Summer just grabbed a Sharpie and just drew a picture of Lee and I've got it framed and I've got it upstairs. And I treasure that she's just an amazing artist. And a beautiful human being.
Yes.
And I just love her to death. She's so genuine, so
Yes.
pretty.
So I'm focusing on, I'm connected to her pain.
Okay.
You connect to her heartbeat.
All right. And then Sandra and Alan focus on Summer's energy. And then you
Yes.
guys will pull a card and then
Yep.
maybe we'll send you half the money.
All right.
All
Okay.
right. Got it. Got it.
So Summer, your card is crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
And this is the number 31 card, which is very significant because my mother's birthday is 12/13 and my father's birthday is 12/31. 31 and 13. So yeah. Wonder why I'm such an odd apple. That would be why. So we got 31. Crystal clear. Without even having to think about it, you naturally gravitate toward the clearest, cleanest air, water, sounds, sustenance, and surroundings. But moving toward the clearest, cleanest crystalline energy takes consistent and consciously chosen focus and intention. It requires a daily, and sometimes many times daily, decision to connect and reconnect with spirit within your core, and to allow your higher consciousness to steer you toward the energy that is most in flow and clear for you at this place on your path. It takes choosing to override the parts of you that feel safer handing your power over to others or allowing them to hand theirs over to you. It takes committing to a higher, ever-expanding embodiment of all that you are destined for. This is not perfection, striving, or positivity forcing, but rather an openness and willingness to explore the parts of you that are new to you. Only the energy, vibration, frequency that is compatible and clear match for these newly born aspects of you will bring out and nourish them. In every moment, you deserve and are designed to experience energy that is crystal clear, clean, sparkling, and just right for you. Seek it, speak it into your reality, and surrender to the ways your higher guidance is leading you into it. See how it is drawing in the connections and circumstances that feel like nothing you've ever had the opportunity to experience before. Watch in awe as this energy takes shape as miraculous gifts and co-creations with spirit. If you pulled this card was pulled for you. Intentionally move towards higher vibrational energy in all that you do. Make a daily decision to connect with spirit and allow higher consciousness to guide you towards high vibrational energy. Override the parts of you that tend to hand your power over to others.
Wow. Wait, we pulled card 10.
Hopefully you felt all of that.
What'd you pull, Aunt Sandra?
A number 10, and it's all about Trinity. Trinity, see the 3? It's all about
Oh
Trinity
yeah.
There it is.
and authority. So, whoa.
Number 10 card, authority. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. The word authority has always been used to describe the powers that rule, govern, lead, direct, control, and protect. It has also been closely associated with the powers that dominate, suppress, enforce, demand, and scare us. Authority is, in short, about power. True authority is generated by maturity, knowledge, wisdom, experience, and inner balance. This kind of power comes from within, where it is deeply rooted in a solid connection to source. Externally, this power expresses itself as presence, the ability to be completely at the moment with full awareness of every aspect of your oneself, all senses fully engaged while being completely centered in the heart. Internally, this power steps back to witness, allowing us to perceive and discern without attachment. From all this, a new form of authority arises, one that leads, shares, directs, and conducts with benevolence, grace, compassion, wisdom, and integrity. This kind of authority inspires trust, creation, collaboration, and partnership. It is receptive in nature and expresses a journey inward, where connection with self and source become one. The color green represents the energy that abundantly flows from the heart. Turquoise represents the high heart chakra, sometimes referred to as the thymus chakra, the place where heart and throat energies merge in a loving expression of truth. Gold and yellow represent abundance, truth, enlightenment, and self-realization. In numerology, 3 is considered a catalytic number. It stands for an energy that speeds up or creates a reaction between two unrelated things without necessarily changing itself. There are many 6s in this image as well. 6 is associated with harmony, love, and balance, as well as with structure, design, and efficiency. Conceptually, circles stand for everything and nothing. Balance and infinity, purity, and freedom. So, Summer, try this. Close your eyes and contemplate the concept of authority just for a moment. How does the word make you feel? Do you consider yourself an authority in certain areas? Are you kind and wise in your guidance of others? Are you coming from a place of wholeness and balance?
I find it funny. Your card was crystal clear, and this one was authority. Crystal clear authority.
Oh,
And sometimes you need to look at the other side of each wound. That will make sense to where it lands, but that would make sense with the space where that would come from.
and Alan's radio voice reading that card.
You know, did it for you too.
Yeah,
It
did
it
you
for-
hear it?
Oh yeah, it
I
did.
know.
It does.
It reminds me of that. It
does it
reminds
for
me
me
of
every
that. It reminds me of that song. I'm trying to find it right here.
When we stayed with him, I needed him to say goodnight, Lee. And when he said that,
Yeah,
I'm ready for
just
bed.
like good night, Lee.
I'm gonna go.
Good night.
I'm going.
He
And then you
he
go
sounds
sleep.
like this. He's good night, Lee.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's seductive.
Sound like what?
Say
Just say
good night.
good night, Lee.
Good night, Lee.
Yeah.
See?
See. Yeah.
Yeah.
The way that Lee hits.
Yeah.
Whew.
Man.
Or I could say with a big smile. Good night.
Oh, good night, Lee. Good night. Lee.
How you doing?
How you
How you
doing?
How you doing? Well, what is that? Trace Adkins. I was trying to look that up. Baby locked
So
the doors
feeling
and turn
through
them lights down
These
low.
cards,
Who is that? Trace Adkins? You sing that real low.
Oh,
baby.
Josh Turner.
Josh
Josh
Turner.
Turner.
Yeah, Long Black Train.
Oh, I love that song.
Oh, God, that voice
Mm.
does things to me.
Will
Is that
you
what
go?
his name is? Josh Turner?
Yeah, Will You Go With Me? That is a cool song.
Is that the song?
Oh, every one he does, he has great lower tenor parts and lower baritone.
This one right here.
Oh,
Yeah, this one right here.
Which one is it?
Josh Turner.
what?
Right here. Right here it is. Right here. Right here.
Lock the door and turn the light down low.
Oh,
Go.
Yeah.
Yep. Scar tonight. Just go start pulling out the pillows. We're going to bed.
We know this song. You wonder?
Oh,
I was a
you know
country. classic DJ before classic rock. I got to admit.
There's a couple of them. There's one by Jason Aldean when he talks about wrapping something shit up in the sheets. And I'm like, okay, let's get twisted up. I don't know what else to do. And then there's another one I've been listening to, and I'm not a huge country music fan. However, I am not a representative of Post Malone, but if you love Post Malone, he's made an entire country album that will rock your socks off. He's got Dolly Parton, he's got Tim McGraw, he's got Chris Stapleton. You name it, he's got it. Go buy it. You're going to love it. You can thank me later. And Post Malone, talk to me for more royalties. I get royalties for pushing that. Great album. But there's another song by Darius Rucker, and he's talking about some sundress falling and jeans falling in the floor and some shit. Gets me all worked up. I don't know, man.
Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me.
Okay, so did she have any questions about the reading?
Let's
Sorry,
see.
Summer, we got a little sidetracked.
Yeah, we're sidetracked.
You get a little sidetracked on that.
That's the way we are.
You start talking love, we start talking.
Daily. Lee, what's this say?
That's Teresa. I
Okay.
asked him if he was talking to me in his head. He said all the time.
It happens.
Raga Maria said, "You are all amazing beings. Thank you."
Thank you.
Summer said, "Thank you." She said, "Thank you." Then she said, "I did." Then she said, "Thank you." Then she hearted it. So
Oh.
Summer, hopefully all of that landed.
Yes.
That's awesome. And you guys, this is we loved hanging out with you guys tonight. It has
Yeah.
been
Yeah,
awesome.
blast.
It's been a good time. We've had a blast.
Yeah.
Thank you, you
We've
too,
got
for-
some would I rather questions out of the way. I know a little bit more about you.
You never stop learning.
I do. I know a little bit more about them.
Yeah.
I know which way to vote if there's ever a question like any of those questions that were
I feel like
here tonight.
us,
I know the answers to.
all four of us got the point of being a student to connection, not knowing
Right.
it of being a teacher, because there's still so much to learn.
Oh, for sure.
There's always more to learn. And you know what? I value that. I
sure.
value the learning. I don't I don't necessarily agree with all of the different teachings.
Right.
I just value the learning. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because the learning is something that we can always keep sharing.
And I value the willingness.
Yes. If I
The
give
willingness to learn.
if I give you 7 steps,
That makes sense.
there's nothing for you to learn after that. And then you fail because you didn't get anything to learn after that. So
right.
us staying students has always got something to teach.
Right.
You see what I'm
And
saying?
you can be a great teacher unless
You're a great student.
you're a great student.
Well, see, that's been the false part of it. You can be a great student and be a shitty teacher because you're only going to teach what you want them to know. You're not teaching them everything you learn. So it's almost like
God, we make so many fucking mistakes when we're parenting, when we're young. That just made so much sense. Like we are so fucking clueless. And all you kids out there who are having kids in your 20s and 30s, we get it. There's no handbook. There's nobody telling you what to do. There's nobody helping you. We get it. Nobody helped the hell us, right? We didn't know what the hell we were doing anyway. We're sorry. We're sorry.
We're so sorry.
We're so sorry. The only thing we ask is for you not to repeat the same mistakes that we did. Learn from what we're just talking about. That's it. That's it. Don't just listen. It's important.
Aliens coming.
Yes.
the biggest
It is.
I'm gonna add to this, add to what you're saying. But here's the one thing I really want. I think we can all agree with this. Never, ever, ever, ever underestimate your pain to teach you something.
Right.
Never, ever, 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 ever
Right.
underestimate your
Right.
pain to not love you through something. But never, ever, 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 ever forget that pain is required for connection. It's required. And if you've been running from pain your whole life and running from your hurt your whole life, then this connection is going to make your life a living hell.
Right?
It's
Hands down.
the truth.
Yeah.
We're only speaking truth because as long as we know that pain is still our greatest teacher, we can be the students for this connection because we can tell you what pain is trying to tell you. Nobody's going to give you that, but that's what you need in order to heal. You need the truth. Without
You
the
can
truth,
either do this
Yep.
kicking and screaming, or you can do it with a smile on your face and go, "Oh, a brighter day is coming tomorrow."
Either way,
you can smile, and laugh, and then you can cry at the same time. Either way, we open you with welcome arms. Welcome home. That's the new home. The new home is being used to all four of them, not just excluding one. You have to have all of it. You can't say I want this connection and go, I'm going to go look for my higher self and ditch my lower self. That's not what this connection is.
this ain't Burger King.
No,
This isn't that.
Either way.
This
it's
isn't
not
that.
hot pot.
It's gonna be universal. So that means you're gonna have both. So you're gonna have to get used to what both things are.
I'm going to quote Bob Marley. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing.
Is gonna be all right.
Our national anthem. That's the
Amen.
Twin Flame national anthem from now on, as far as I'm
It
concerned.
is. It is.
All right, so let's make sure we don't got anybody else. Vina said hiya.
Oh,
Hiya,
Vina.
Vina. Did you want a card pull, Vina, before we go? Between all four of us? Kamisha said, thank you both. How do we connect with you? Got you to ask questions. You can ask questions here.
Yep.
You can send email to, where can they send emails to you, Sandra and Ellen?
Twin Flame Divine Fire at gmail.com.
Or Relationship Reinvented, or Reinvent
Relationship Reinvent.
at me or gmail.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
Relationship Reinvent.
Yeah.
And Twin Flame Divine Fire at
Divine Fire.
gmail.com.
My question of,
Divine Fire.
and you guys are the perfect people to ask this question to. Can you be divine without your vulnerability? Thank you.
Depends on what day it is.
Alan's back there like, nope. I've tried. It won't work.
You got it. You got
In my humble opinion, no.
Right.
Yeah.
And what that would mean, you can't be divine and still have judgment.
Divine is strength. And if
So,
you
so when somebody's claiming they're divine or they're in their higher form, why do they seem like the pastor of a church?
You know what? I feel the world
This
needs.
higher self thing isn't what this connection is about. The inner self is more important.
I think the world needs inner self high schools so that those kids could go to school and not have to worry about judgment, not have to worry about this person judging that person. Just go on into fucking school, sit down and learn about your higher self and go on about your life.
I just, the way that higher self has been pushed and pushed and pushed, it's so pushed that it abandons the lower self.
It does.
And you've got this complete huge disconnect. People searching for higher self, abandoning the thing that's going to get them connected.
I think
That's
maybe
why
what
we
they're
need
searching for is
infinity. We need
balance.
to realize you've got to have both, and it's got to be in perfect balance. You got to
Yeah.
be
They got to be best buds.
Balance.
They got to get along. Your higher and lower self, they need connection to one another for you to have connection. You just don't see it that way. You're going to go look for higher self because you've been staying in lower self too long. See, the thing is you've paid that rent. So why would you leave a space? And then once you invite higher self to come join you, you'll find that it'll change the energy that you're feeling. See, higher self doesn't judge your surroundings. Your lower self knows all kinds of judgments because it was taught that through years of learning. So it's like you have to go and realize that your higher self is going to come in and go, oh, you judge? Okay, so this whole space I can't come into until you stop. That's the key. That's that vulnerability, right? So I always knew that if I asked you guys, does the divine know what vulnerability is? The divine is vulnerability, isn't it?
Yeah,
Why
absolutely.
has everybody got that confused?
Because we've been programmed to see vulnerability as weakness. That's
Right.
why.
That's why the best twin flame movie of all time is Matrix.
It was the antithesis of what it is. We've been taught.
Negative, sir. I'm sorry, sir. You are incorrect.
Let's talk to an authority.
Sherry, here we go. Come on, girl.
There is in no way, shape, or form that you are correct on that, sir.
How's that?
That is not the best twin flame movie.
Of all time.
No, sir.
Forever and ever and ever.
No, sir.
In all history?
Absolutely
Why-
not.
why
You
not?
are wrong. You are incorrect. You are the wrongest of the wrong.
You know what I love about you being right?
You're gonna get laid.
Huh?
Oh,
Okay, let's see if Sherry's is the same. Okay, what
No,
is it?
I'm live.
No.
Oh.
No, why-
Supposed
I
to
think
go.
they're still there. Are they still
They
watching?
better be
You guys still
good.
watching
They
this?
have
Yes,
to
they are.
see me be right.
boy.
You know, said that would
My
be
ego
beautiful. I
needs
don't
to
have Cash App
see
setting
me
to
be right.
PayPal option listed now. Okay. I don't
Okay.
know how know that I have time to do it in case you guys are heading off.
No, we're not. We're
Extra-
fine.
No, we're gonna
we'll
go ahead and do
the
it,
card
Gina. We
reading,
got
Gina.
you.
We got you.
How to
Yeah.
stop hiding, CC
So,
said.
What was
Go
I
ahead.
saying?
What is your favorite twin flame movie of all time?
He said no, sir, to me. So.
What dreams may come.
Oh, that was she did. We got different movies going here.
Well, no, actually, it's kind of the same movie. Let me explain how. I can connect them. I can connect them. Watch how I connect them. Do you remember when she was laying in hell, screaming and yelling?
Mhm.
Do you remember when Neo ended up putting his hand inside of Trinity and said, "Not now"? Tell me those scenes aren't very much similar. Because her heart stopped. And the girl who was sitting in that hell, her heart had been stopped. Robin Williams went in there, and so did Keanu Reeves. They both ran towards the person they're connected to and said, "Not now." Tell me
What
that's not
about
a
the
connection
Notebook?
point.
Explain that one.
The Notebook is just it's the charge of the energy of the connection, but it's not the whole connection. They leave out so much information. They leave out how they get along. They leave out what it'd be like living day to day. You can
I
see that in both of those stories, with Dreams May Come and in The Matrix. The Notebook is a snippet. It shows you what bubble love looks like, and then it cuts off. It doesn't show you what happens when they start getting in their heads about what happened with their mama and their daddy.
True.
Thank you. Thank you. See, that light flashed for that reason.
Okay.
Uh,
So my
What's your movie? What's your
mine
movie?
I
is
didn't connect them.
You did.
what's the one?
I was
The
gonna say
star.
Notebook, dude.
Oh, you were gonna say
I
Notebook. I was gonna say
He was gonna say
He
it.
was.
He used was.
So we
I
debunked
was
that.
not now because Lee made me feel like crap about my stuff.
Hey, look, the bubble love. You can we can go there. We go there to bubble up all the time. You can go and stay in bubble up all the time. But that's a snippet of how much more vast the
Then
connection
on
can be.
Tuesday, you got to pay the electric bill.
Right, right. Well, depends on what kind of sparks you made in the bed that
Okay.
night.
And that don't feel bubble love at all.
my favorite twin flame movie is Stardust.
Oh, I like.
Oh,
You don't like Stardust?
no, they liked Stardust.
They like it.
No, Stardust is the
That's
bomb,
Stardust.
honey. You watch her when she's with her love and they're dancing on the ship, she glows. That's what happens here.
It's right. It's like Xanadu.
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 Xanadu. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've seen that.
I like Notebook and I like Stardust.
Stardust,
and,
yeah.
But I like the Matrix.
And I understand where Lee,
The Matrix was important from one standpoint only, is that people needed to be unplugged from their head and be plugged into their heart.
Right.
So it really kind of showed how that, and it showed all the constructs that are going to keep you from it. All globally going to only one set of rules. That's what's happening when they're going to look for 7 steps. That's what's happening when they're going to look for information on a connection that they're not showing how to live in.
Yeah.
So it's almost like what's missing from the whole thing is what gets plugged in. So people are plugging in to what they read into, but what it does is it makes their pain level stay like this. It stays in the same patterns, doing the same thing. So they're stuck.
Mm.
So it's up to connection to go, when you're in pain, do you let anybody connect to you? So what we kept finding in root camp is that people had these missing spots of time in their life where nobody connected to their pain. Nobody showed them that their pain and what they were going through, they didn't acknowledge it in a lot of different ways. So what ends up happening to you is you go to a therapist or you go to a coach. You're going to these people who won't connect to how you feel. They're just going to sit and listen to your mind and start placating the story to keep you going. The goal of the connection is get connected to how you feel. You get connected to how you feel, nobody can tell you what to think anymore because your feelings just wiped out everything that your thoughts thought were
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
So it's like You can't find the truth until you know the truth. And I believe what what Dreams May Come and Matrix really point that out. They point out that everybody else's belief in you isn't about you, it's about them. So if you get to a space where you're going, wait a minute, this doesn't seem like reality. I feel when I walk up and then she can feel something and we're both looking at each other going, you feel that? And we can see in each other's eyes that the other person can feel it. And then we look out and we look at somebody else's eyes and they clueless to what that is.
Right. Yeah.
That's where you go. Holy shit, what is this? You just don't realize the frequency and the vibration are a match. But now you want their thoughts to be yours. And that's not how that works.
Yeah.
Wait
So-
till their thoughts are yours.
Yeah, so I really think from a standpoint though that's one of the best. But you're right. I can see how you got what dreams because it does spell out the past, the future, the present, and all of the hell that all that can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty deep
That's
movie.
totally valid. Absolutely.
All right. So you guys pull first. We're going to take a short break. We're not going to.
We're gonna go ahead and pull for
We're gonna pull for
Vina.
Vina, and then you guys come back and pull for her.
Yep.
We'll
Hey,
mute
Vina.
mute yourselves and put yourselves on hiatus for a second.
And Vina, this card is being pulled for you for tomorrow's connection. What's needed to go there. So let me connect her pain, you connect her heart.
Okay. Here's
There.
this.
Oh, interesting. Hidden gifts. This is the number 27 card. And let's read what this says for you, Vina. Hold that for a second. You can show her the card if you'd like. Log myself out of PayPal now. Ha ha ha, Sherry. Can both twin flames be... I'm sorry, I was reading it, but I'll come back to it. Okay, they're leaving the light flowing. So what number was that one?
27.
27. Good number. All right, this one
Look,
is
my
called
fingernail.
Lessons. So this is a lesson card. And Vina, hidden gifts. If you are feeling lost or disempowered by a situation or circumstance, ask the questions. What is this situation showing me? How could this situation be helping me in my growth and expansion? How might this situation be intended for my greatest good and highest purpose? This will shift the power back to you and away from what's being done to you from the outside or what it might feel like is happening outside of you. You will feel immediately better, more spacious, and in flow. Even if you don't receive the answer right away, keep leaning into curiosity about how the situation could possibly be helping you. It is showing you your own strength, helping you gain sharper clarity about the need for healthier boundaries. Healthier boundaries, maybe. Showing you your higher worth by not meeting you at your level. Feel all the feelings that you're entitled to feel around the situation while simultaneously staying in your knowing that ultimately it is serving you. If this card is pulled, you are being guided to notice where you feel lost or disempowered. Shift the power and focus back to yourself and away from external factors. Ask how the situation could be helping you grow and expand. Stay curious about how the situation might be benefiting you. It may be showing you your strength, the need for healthier boundaries, or your higher worth. Allow yourself to feel all your emotions associated with the situation. And that is it. Wow.
Oh,
Did you get that, Vina? And I believe
I believe.
Sandra and Alan are going to pull for you a card.
Are they back?
Again, yours was
Are they
hidden
back
gifts.
from the potty?
They're back from the potty.
What?
Did y'all go to a
Are they back
potty?
from the potty?
A potty.
The potty?
Potty.
That's a pate.
We go to a potty. Diddy did somebody in the potty.
Did he done it now?
I love that.
Did he done it now?
Okay.
Emergence 25 balance, man. That's rocking.
Okay.
Nice.
Check that out. Look at the center, Sherry.
Oh,
So hold it up there, and it's the frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality
Metatron.
with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds from that place. All right, emergence can
What?
be described as a process of coming into being, the arising of something that wasn't there before. When referring to personal development and growth, the emergence of a grander expression of ourselves is often a result of extensive inner work and deep release. In order for real personal growth to happen, we have to be willing to let go of existing belief systems, frameworks, and labels that define and limit us. Recognizing potential can take us on an exciting inner journey of discovery and integration. From this place of openness and discernment, we can truly unfold and emerge as a new human being. The deep and rich blue at the core of the activation represents the drive for clear expression. The purple signifies the insights that come directly from our connection to source and that are now available to be expressed. And the yellows and oranges, they indicate the creativity and power with which we can do so.
Mm.
So try this. Take a deep breath and close your eyes just for a moment.
Do this, Vina.
Yep.
What was your quote, when I grow up, I want to be declaration? Did you realize this childhood dream? What other aspects of yourself would you like to give birth to? Are there any new aspects emerging that you have never experienced before or expressed before? Make sure to keep a journal so you are aware of whatever growth may occur.
Bam. Again, the cards talk to each other.
Mhm.
They sure do.
They
Wow.
do. And they're
They do, Tina.
completely different decks. I mean, Sherry
Totally
uses one
different.
deck and we
Yeah.
use nothing but sacred geometry and activation codes. So when you look at those pictures and you hear what either Alan and I are reading, you're getting the activations from that.
Mm.
So there may have been something that says, hey, I got to go back to the childlike wonder. What is childlike wonder to you?
Yeah, that's
Because
what
it
you were
doesn't look
talking about
anything like
earlier.
an adult.
Yeah, that's what Lee was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You can tell yourself.
Yeah.
You mind your own business.
Well, as far as not
Yourself.
having memory. Yeah.
Worry about yourself.
Right?
Cece put how to stop hiding. I don't know if she's referring to inner self. High school, please, and thank you is what she put originally. So I think she would say that an inner self high school sounds like a brilliant idea. You guys should
Right.
probably do that. You
Right.
and Sandra teach inner self high school.
I'm gonna talk her into doing a
Me and Alan could
developing
come
your
and be
spiritual
music
gifts
teachers.
class. Developing your spiritual gifts class.
Me and
Oh,
Alan.
that would be fun. You don't have to convince me. That would be fun.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's see. So Vina said, oh, wait a minute. Kamisha asked, can both twin flames be spiritual and only one keep getting mixed information and curious? No. But Vina, we'll come back to her question. Vina said, oof, my jaw has clenched and belly and chest heated up. Feel a tug. Then she said, thank you. Then she did like a hand on the face. Then she did a little humble. She did several humble smiles. And then she said, gorgeous, staring at it, bringing a feeling. So thank you all so much.
Oh.
Oh,
Summer said, my card was Trinity. I keep seeing 333 everywhere. So
Oh.
yes, that would be the triangle you're in at the moment because us three are a triangle. Well, we
Right.
have Sandra, Alan, Trevor, Eileen, and me and you.
Yeah.
So you're in a trinity just in that by itself.
Okay.
So you're in the right space, Summer. The question was, can both twin flames be spiritual or only one keep getting mixed information and curious?
No, definitely both can. I mean, it depends on like I would say oftentimes, I don't even know the percentage, but most oftentimes it's completely different spiritual beliefs.
Your spiritual self and my spiritual self complement each other.
Right.
Right. But they're
But
different.
but our spiritual selves clash together too.
Yeah.
But the clash is on purpose.
Yeah.
We had to make it clash because if you don't get used to the clash, here's the question that I guess this question points to inside of you, Kamisha. Are you connected to your spiritual self to share that self with the person you're connected to? That's the only way you're going to be able to answer that question for what you're in. as far as what we globally see, that connection to the self on the inside, your spiritual self, is disconnected for whatever reason, whether it's trauma, whether it's pain, whether it's abuse, whether it doesn't, there's so many different variables to how that gets disconnected. And your belief system kind of trends off of you being disconnected from that spiritual self.
Right.
And that's what creates the identity. And that's why you lose either spirituality, religion, or whatever it is. There's that space. So you got to go inside and see if you're capable of letting your spiritual self come out and communicate to the person you're connected to. That would be the only way you find out if both can be or one can be. Because the other one will tell you, I want to be at this part. They get to choose their part because we're children.
Right?
Does that resonate at all? Is
Yeah.
it am I spot on how that works with all of us, or is it different for you guys?
Well,
Pretty much summed it up there.
Is it?
I'm kind of looking at it from an energy perspective.
Man,
Okay, so I want to go a different little route here.
energy
And
to me is
it-
feeling. Energy,
Huh?
energy to me is feeling.
Right. So
Right.
energy to me is emotional alignment. So what you're looking at is both can be spiritual. Is one a shadow worker and one a light worker? Because the shadow looks like, I don't want to go there. Look at the yin and yang. When you look at the yin and yang, the dark side has only a small spot of light, and the light side only has a small spot of dark. That means that each is designed to shadow work and can only tolerate so much light. Another one is all about the light work and can only tolerate so much dark. If you want to put it in a color scheme versus a frequency scheme, but it's still, both can be spiritual. It's just what end of the spectrum are they?
Right.
They more spiritual,
I
and
think it
dark
kind
or
of goes
light.
to
Yeah,
what Sherry was talking about, is different.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Well,
the way that I think that oscillates for all of us, at least the way that I know it oscillates for me and her, is there is that east and west, but our north and south is pain and then the peace. So you find the pain in the peace, and you find the peace in the pain, right? And then you have those two sides. But you've got to have that part as well. And if you don't have a pain connector,
Or a peace connector.
a shadow worker or a light worker,
Right.
if they're not connected to a pain connector, they're not going to help anybody do anything.
There's a circuit, and the circuit has to be
Right.
completed.
Right.
You have to have that pain in order to go in and help people heal. If you don't bring the pain and show what you've done with your own pain, you can't show them what they need to do with theirs.
Amen,
Right.
brother.
So
Right.
it's almost like you can't, that's why the pain is so important to sit in. That's why the pain is important in this connection. But you've made it into an enemy, and you've made it into a martyr. Then you've made it into, I don't want you to love me in it. And you don't realize you're doing that because of things you've been through.
Okay, listen. We're gonna leave you people.
You people, who you calling you
We're
people?
gonna leave you
What do you
people.
mean by that?
We're now gonna go ahead and say our closing arguments.
Mm.
The defense and the prosecution. The defense will start by saying, thank you for watching for however long we've kept you from doing your chores or you're relaxing or whatever it is we've kept you from
I
doing.
want to give what Kamisha said to you, though.
Okay, Kamisi, go ahead.
Kamisha said,
Yeah.
wow, that's deep. I get that was told that my twin has to remain in the matrix or we are not connected. You finally made it make sense, was told telepathy, and me assuming he visits me is make-believe.
Oh,
You're helping me so much. Thanks. I agree. So, yes, your mind in this connection is not your friend.
Right.
It's never been your friend in
No.
relationship or connection at all.
Ever.
Your mind is your disconnect.
Yes.
And the thing is you got to traverse the mind to know how to sit in your pain, because your mind has been protecting you from that, because that's what your mind's been set up to do. That's the matrix. So as long as you stay in the matrix, you're nowhere near the connection, because your connection will be found in your pain, not without it.
True. And I'll resume my closing arguments.
Mm.
And those are
What he
those
said.
are those are as follows. Lee and I are owners of relationshipreinvented.com. Lee is a connectionist. That is what he does. I am a supporter of the connectionist. And
You are what I connect to.
I am the source of the connection.
Yes.
And
The source of my pay.
I the source of his pay. I do.
Do you see me and him? Wonder Twin powers activate. Shape up water. You got to be the animal. I'm not getting hit by this one.
Sandra and I also have a YouTube channel that we're starting, and we are also having a Facebook page. And please go and subscribe so we can come on and do this live on our own pages so we don't drive these guys insane. I mean, if you want to contribute to that, go ahead, but we're gonna move on. And yeah, so I still do medium readings on occasion. So yeah, you can contact me for that at relationshipreinvent@gmail.com. Root camp is in full force.
Be ready. The spirit house has been busy.
Yeah, don't like if you want a 30-minute, it's different than coming in and saying, I want to do root camp and then getting in a session and being like, you can't do root camp. It's not time for you to do root camp.
Well,
But I mean, I don't know, just be ready. That's important. Be ready to make the commitment to root camp. It's important. But that's what we do. It's what Lee does. Lee connects the dots. There's all kinds of dots. Lee connects them.
if you can't find a way to connect to your pain, you have no more excuse because you found somebody who can connect you to it. And not only connect you to it, stay connected with you in it. That's what connection is based off of. Remember, we're all born through a pain threshold. We just forgot. We forgot how to open up and let somebody love us when we're in pain. And we've been through a lot. And we keep getting shown over and over again when we share our pain, our connection only gets stronger. So if you haven't learned that and nobody's teaching you that, and they're telling you to go look for higher this, or they're teaching astrology about that, or they're tarotting this, you're nowhere near where the connection needs you to be. Your connection needs you to be in your pain. Your pain is your creative energy. It's not what you're telling yourself it is. You have to sit in those feelings in order to know that connection is real. And I kind of just have a whole thing about making sure you find the truth in what you're connecting to. I don't know how to stop.
And this on the other side of the screen
It's divine fire.
is Twin Flame Divine Fire, and they're going to be able to tell you more about them.
They're the ones that show you how to calm down after you find that pain and have
We
wonderful sex.
will
They
lie
are the
to you
fire of
about
that
them.
sex.
We'll make up lies to you about them, so we won't speak at all.
we
You will.
we deal with a lot. Most people come to us that have a lot of trauma where if they dive too deep in the pain and they don't have somebody constantly there to bring them back, then they tend to tip the scale. So what we want to do is gradually take you in, trigger it, pull you out, and get you in the happy energy, and we're all about working with the energy. And so it's like this normal conversation, and you're like, what the hell just happened?
No,
well,
it's not.
you got to hear Alan and I's voices.
Yeah.
And that will radiate a frequency that is really kind of cool. You
Alan,
have to experience it.
And the frequency in you, it does.
And we have a clearing mist that Ellen and I
love their clearing mist. Their clearing mist is
gotta
great.
put it in the other bottle.
We've got it on every floor.
I keep a bottle on every floor. I was just getting ready to say that. I keep a bottle on every floor.
Good.
So
Yeah.
if you want to
That's good
support
stuff,
us,
man.
you can go to twinflamedivine.com or
You
you
don't realize how
can go
much better you breathe.
Your whole house doesn't have to smell like sage anymore.
No,
to
it smells like
Does
it
not.
smells like connection energy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
it's
great,
so it smells so good.
Yeah.
So
it's good.
you can either go to twinflamedivine.com or you can go to divinefirecreations.com, and they're linked together, and you have drop downs that you can look at the store and get the artwork that we do is high frequency artwork. And we also have the clearing mist, and then we do sessions. Generally, people know if they resonate with us, and they'll contact us. And,
If you do, get a hold of it.
And we have a radio show that's kind of down right now, but we're going on Rumble and X here before long on Truth Refugee. We are now refugees since we don't have our home base radio. Um, so that'll be up and running before long. But reach out to us. We've got some things listed on the website. Just kind of take a look around and find out our
Shoot
story.
straight.
It's up there.
And find me and Sandra.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
fun to find.
Oh yeah.
We're having a great time.
I'll tell you what, I just feel like we are in our element when we're working with people. And Sherry and I have discovered it's really fun doing one-on-one.
It
With-
is.
It really is.
It's
Uh,
really it's way more
You talk about
powerful.
when you guys created a triangle,
Yeah.
when you talk to one person and you both are there connecting to them so they can,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's a very powerful energy.
Yeah.
I really believe it really would help a lot. I mean, it's a global thing. The way you guys do it, your energy just kind of, it's a bridge. It's definitely a bridge because you can speak the language that I can't speak to her.
hmm
And you guys speak the same language, whereas me and Alan speak the same language, but it's different because I'm feminine.
Hey,
Masculine. You're feminine. She's masculine. You see what I'm saying? And it goes back. And
Yeah.
then oscillate with it. I believe it has a lot of it kind of, especially when it's just a triangle effect. It is just so powerful. And we really appreciate and love you guys.
What big
Be a
city
big
are you
push,
close
guys.
to? What's the closest big city to you?
the closest big city
Little Rock.
would be Little Rock, small
Right.
city, Fort Smith.
And Little Rock we're still 2 hours away from that.
Still 2 hours away from Arkansas or from Little Rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're only about an hour away
For
from
those of you who are watching, we might be
You'll
interested
welcome summer.
in doing some type of
an event.
workshop or event with the four of us up near Arkansas.
Yeah. We have E-Shine, Twin Flame Guidance, and Healing.
Oh,
What would you
nice.
say about the many people who are divinely pushed into healing twin flames before they reach reunion? They didn't choose the path, but the path chose them.
Oh,
What would I say to them, or how do we feel? I guess the question, what would you say about the many people who are divinely pushed? Okay, I would say, what did you heal to put people in union when you're not?
well, and
What did
I'm
you
hearing
what do
the
you have
words.
in you?
I'm hearing the words divinely pushed. Then
That's-
you just have
But
to,
that's vulnerable.
right.
You haven't healed any of your vulnerability yet if you haven't gotten in a union, have you?
Well, that's true.
So I
Right.
guess the question is, where's your truth and how you were divinely pushed? Because the divine wouldn't push you if you're not vulnerable.
Right.
And if you're telling people that you can get them to union without your own vulnerability, being able to show them how are you maintaining it? So you
Right.
can get them there, but does
Yep.
it fall apart after you get them there?
Right.
And they keep running into that same cycle.
Yeah.
So my only question would be, how do you tell them the truth about your pain and why you're not in union before you tell them how you're going to get them there? If you're not doing that, I don't know what divinely would mean in the context of which you're saying it.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not that I'm saying that shouldn't. I'm saying that's going to happen regardless of whether we say it should or
Right.
shouldn't.
Mhm.
The thing is we're not judging it. We just know what it is when you're in it, and we all experience going into union inside of ourselves to make it happen. While it was happening, we didn't.
Right.
We finally reached that point where we couldn't run away from each other. We couldn't.
I mean, we could. It just wasn't.
But it was like you would drag
It
the other
was
person along.
right. It was
You
just like
drag
we
them
had
to-
a ball and chain following us with us.
But are they doing that because you didn't accept yourself inside? Or are they doing that because you didn't accept yourself inside? You see, you don't see how much layers that goes into as to why you're not there yet.
Yeah.
So what you're guiding people to do, I don't know how the divine would come along and say you're there without the vulnerability to support it.
And I use ball and chain in a very, very, very light sense.
I'll use a little bit different, and that would be because Alan and I have been doing this since we were in our 20s, and trust me, we're old. We don't like saying that.
Trust them.
We had to go our separate ways, but we had things we had to learn. But here's what I have to say. Our brain is not in control of our heart. and our heart will bring that person to us when we are ready and we are not in control of it. It's like a runaway freight train. It will collide. You will not understand how it happened. Oh my God, what is this? And you'll be like on the floor in a pool of snot going, oh my God, what is this? It's a runaway freight train. We're not in control. But once we get there, we've got to do some deep work.
I resonate with that full snot thing.
Yeah, very much. Snots are
Yeah.
fun when you're vulnerable. Snots are okay.
Snot is okay, but you're laying it in a pool of snot and tears on the floor.
But the thing is, it's still water based. We'll be all right.
Right. It'll
As long as we can feel it.
no contaminate.
That's what you're feeling. You'll be all right.
One more time, their email address is twinflamedivinefire@gmail.com. Ours is relationshipreinvent@gmail.com. Go look at everything we do. It's kind of cool. Go look at everything they do. It's kind of cool. And if you want cooler, we can do it without these dudes. Me, Sandra and
You
I.
just gotta please do an event in DC.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. If we can
Absolutely.
look, if we
You guys
can
want to
find,
go to the Capitol?
is that
Y'all want to go
summer?
to the Capitol?
Is that summer?
Yeah, it's summer.
Keep looking for a venue,
She
girlfriend.
found one.
She did?
She found us a venue, a spiritual venue. Yes.
Oh,
She sent it.
Well, why aren't we
Y'all
doing
in?
that? All right,
Y'all
let's
y'all
do
want to
that.
do it?
We're gonna figure that the fuck out
You
then.
guys want? You guys?
Um,
you guys
We'll
want?
figure it out.
Well, yeah.
Oh, we bring our energy. We'll just go ahead and set them on fire early.
yeah.
You
Um, well, we know we got to figure that out because we got to go up near them too. But I'm all about DC.
Yeah.
Maryland, DC.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. I'm ready.
Mm.
All right, let's let these people off the hook because we've kept them on the
Yeah,
hook
we
for
have a
so
thing.
long.
Yeah.
I feel bad,
yeah,
but
got
it's really not our fault if you kept watching. I don't know what to tell you. You just kept
You
doing.
came back and we're still here talking.
Right. If
You missed the whole
and you
fun of
came
it.
back, you missed the best part.
Yeah, because it's at 3 hours and 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh
We've been on here longer than I was in labor. I mean, seriously. So
Okay.
we're go. I don't know what we're gonna do. Just do it.
Yeah.
And we'll let you know
guys.
what's going on.
It's
We'll
been
do this again soon.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
We love
Yes.
all of you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Be watching for Sandra and I's new podcast coming out this week sometime after we record it.
True. Facts. And I'll just keep putting
Truth.
I'll keep putting shorts out and you'll see some videos showing.
Look, we get
Just
to it
not-
when we get to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just connected. All of